hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. Like you know to check you have gas first before road tripping through the desert.
Empty? Seriously? Maybe I can walk.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So if you want to save money, check Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com.
Maybe I can't.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Your old or broken phone can let you down. But at Verizon, trade in any old phone from our top brands and get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence with a new line on My Plan and iPad and Apple Watch Series 10. After all, you don't want your old phone to die on you when you're lost.
Perfect.
Or for your broken phone to glitch at the worst possible time.
Hey, can I get your number? Oh.
Trade in your old phone for a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, iPad, and Apple Watch. Visit Verizon.com today. Additional terms apply. Service then required for Apple Watch and iPad.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Monday, February 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 63. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap LSU baseball's weekend series against Omaha, and the Saints hired a new defensive coordinator. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah! What's good, everyone? Happy Monday, February 24th, 2025. Carnival is in the air. I'm T-Bob. He is Jake. He is Jacob. And Tyler. We have Tyler as well here in studio with us this morning. T-Bob, Jacob Beck, and Taylor Sharp. No Alondra Villarreal, as she's living her best life in New York. She made it. She's very nervous about flying. She made it, though. We're all very happy for her. Hope you have a great time up there in the Big Snapple, Alondra. It's going to be a good time. She's back in the home of President Trump. Alondra could not be more excited than to be back in the big city. What's up, though, Jake? How was your weekend, bro?
It could have been better. It could have been. We got rained out on Sunday yesterday for baseball after having a good Saturday. There was also a local spot here in Baton Rouge that I got to put on blast a little bit later on.
Whoa.
I want to make sure that enough people are listening. Just some people just don't know how to we'll get there.
Is this all Little League related?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, not Little League related, no.
No, I mean like youth sports. Is this out of youth sports? Is that where this stems out of?
No.
Okay.
No.
What a tease. I'm intrigued now.
Yeah, and it takes a lot for me to get that point.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. I was pretty insulated all weekend. Shout out to Al. I should have shouted her out Friday, but yesterday was her 7th birthday, so we had quite the birthday weekend. A lot of fun, just doing birthday stuff. I saw Dog Man yesterday, but that doesn't really matter. Like the movie was whatever. I've heard actually everybody else in my family seemed to really like it, but I did something I've never done before. Now I've fallen asleep in movies plenty, right? Because I'm just getting older, and that just happens when you lean back in those comfy chairs. But I was tired from anytime we have friends come in town, like we did Saturday, I sleep on the couch, right? So my wife's friends can sleep with her in the bed, and so it's always just like freaking sleepy as hell the next day. So we're here at Dog Man, about 15 minutes in. It's by the guy that did Captain Underpants.
Okay.
Tra-la-la, which I used to love Captain Underpants growing up. but Dave Pilkey.
Great books.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Exactly, right? So they made Dog Man. I guess anything Dave touches just turns to gold. But about 15 minutes in, I've decided, you know what? I don't really care about this movie right now. And my God, this is comfortable. And so I purposely, not accidentally, purposefully laid back, leaned my hat down over my eyes, got super, super comfy, and just had a great nap. Just a great in-theater nap. One that I wanted, not one that I was upset about because I missed the movie, but one that I actively leaned into. And man, what a feeling. And I'll be damned if I didn't feel like my dad. Do you remember seeing your dad do that growing up? And you're always like, why'd you sleep during Dog Man? But like, I get it now. Okay. It's taken me 30 years. Now that I'm on the other side, I get it. Felt so good. Beck, what's up, man? How are we feeling today?
I'm feeling fine.
Okay, great answer.
Yeah.
Taylor, what's going on with you? What's up?
Busy weekend. I'm excited actually for this week. This is the last week we have you guys in studio, so let's make the most of it for the time being.
Yeah, I have some big news coming later as well, but we'll get to that later in the show. Yeah, I'm very excited. Disney's right around the corner once again. Imagine that. All right, well, let's do this then, Beck. Get ready because we are going to go ahead and get this show started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
With the shortest waiting period in the industry, Tiger Labor makes it easy to transfer top talent onto your payroll quickly. And remember, we are truly vetting our employees, building relationships with them, okay? Not just looking at job histories or looking at the paper resume. We get to know every potential employee during the in-person onboarding process and every morning over a cup of coffee. So go to Tiger Labor and Staffing for all of your staffing needs. So a bit of a mixed bag of a weekend with LSU baseball at the box. And I'll say this. Now, you got to remember, and shout out to Hunt Palmer, who on LouisianaSports.net has been doing a great series after every weekend series called Around the Horn. And I mean, shoot, I remember first LSU baseball stuff I ever started to read was Hunt at Bayou Bengals Insider back in the day with old Panamsky. But I guess the point of this is if you want Hunt's writing on baseball, Louisiana Sports.net has, it's great. But as he points out in kind of his opening stanza there, LSU has not gone undefeated in the preseason since 1997. Pre-conference season, I should say. So I know that something like what happened in game one of the doubleheader on Saturday can become frustrating, or you can say, oh, what's wrong with this team? Or Tulane swept them, this or that. And we can get into that. But from where I sit on the whole, still, I think a lot more good than bad over the weekend. And yes, you lost, but it is baseball. It is baseball, as I said. And having not gone undefeated in pre-conference play since 1997. So there's nothing to freak out about here. Now, if there was one glaring issue on the weekend, Jake, it was a 10-inning stretch where, for whatever reason, LSU just could not swing the bat. You know, they jumped out to a 4-0 lead there on Friday, looking good. But from the 6th inning Friday until the 9th inning, when they made a nice little rally there to try to win game one Saturday, you're talking about 10 innings where you're held to just 0 runs and 2 hits, ton of pop-ups, just a pretty miserable stretch of play. And then they bounced back in game 3 and rectified that quickly. But really, like, everything, like the starting pitching was great. Bullpen was really good for the most part. There's some individual play offensively to talk about, but it is just the team going silent for that 10-inning stretch that is the glaring black mark of the weekend.
You didn't have a ton of strikeouts, and so, like, to your point, you only had 6. So it's not like you were going up there and just struggling. You couldn't put anything in a gap. You couldn't really put anything in play that was going to get your rally started until the 9th. And so I'm not going to fully panic on that. Like, if you'd have gone there, you struck out 13 times, and like, oh man, how do you strike out 13 times against Omaha? You had some bad luck.
Yeah.
You had some balls that didn't go your way. The starting pitching was still great even in that game. So, yeah, I'm not going to panic over LSU losing one game, a game in which you even did make the comeback, like you said. You fall just short 5-4, and then you bounce back and you beat them 12-1, right? So you
Yep.
know how to bounce back as well. So, yeah, you want the sweep, and you're playing Omaha, and Tulane swept them, and that's going to be a narrative. But I am totally fine with how LSU baseball responded to losing that game 5-4.
Yeah, and to be fair, Jay Johnson, you mentioned the response after losing game 1. Jay said if he were to take, although he's frustrated with the loss and whatnot, but that if he were to take a bright spot from a kind of macro team standpoint, that it is that. It's all about the response. He specifically even cited a story from Dylan Cruz where Cruz was talking about the championship team that they were on, and maybe its greatest trait was its ability to lock back in after a loss, saying a team like that team was always up like 2-0 in the first inning after they'd suffer a setback. And so, so you come back, you go 12-1 the next game, you hop on them early, the bats come back alive, riding the momentum created by that ninth inning, and I think you're fine there. You mentioned the starting pitching being great. Cade Anderson, Anthony Anderson, and Chase Shores dominate once again. They combined to give up just 2 earned runs in 16 1/3. Now, with Ianson, or was it? I would say this. The starters were all really, really solid. Anderson maybe on Friday losing a little bit of steam there at the end. But, again, I think he's been excellent thus far. Really, it's not just the starters, though. The bullpen was fantastic as well. You threw 27 innings this week, and you only gave up runs in 3 innings. You hung zeros in 8 innings of all 3 games, right? So, yes, from a pitching standpoint, you really had like one really bad moment, but nothing that you would consider consistent struggles.
No, I don't think so either. And so that's like what we're talking about. Like, you can kind of look at it and see, you can pick the spots because there was no like totality of, oh man, this full game or that full game. And so the starting pitching was something that was certainly going to probably be the highlight for everyone. And like, even like you mentioned the bullpen, like to have somebody that can come in and give you, 2 innings and strike out 3 or whatever the situation might be. Still, like, we go back and we kind of look at, how'd you feel last year in like the first 6 games compared to how do you feel this year?
Yeah.
And I still think you feel a lot better about how it looks this year. Now, one of the things that here pretty soon you'll have to figure out is when you open up the box scores and when you're watching the game, there is a ton of people playing in these games.
Yes.
That probably within this week, knowing that you've got better competition coming up this weekend, like you'll start to see that change. And that's what I'm interested in, is like when that does change, what does that look like? Who is going – look, there's going to be some people left lonely on the dance floor. Some good players.
Well, look at you saw Braswell and Tanner Reeves splitting time this weekend at third. Braswell kind of off to a bit of a rough start offensively, whereas Reeves has been really, really solid. So that could be something. You saw Stanfield splitting time as well. Again, that's what this portion of the season is really about. Wins and losses, yes, you have to have those. But like LSU's going to win these games, or the majority of them. This is really about what Jake's talking about. Figuring out what do we have, how do we min-max it, and what are the best, what's our best? Who are our best guys as we go into the hardest conference in the entire country? I will say this, though, Jake. Even within that, this team will probably have a bit more variability than teams of the past. Like, you're still going to arrive at your best answers, but I think Jay Johnson, who is obsessive, if he wants to get very matchup dependent in terms of like righty, lefty, whatever the case may be, you have enough talent here where he can. So that's what it paid attention. Look, one of the battles going on is at catcher. And really, that's one of the individuals that needs to be highlighted this week. Luis Hernandez was awesome. 4 for 8 offensively, 3 doubles, caught runners in both Friday and Saturday. He only has 1 pass ball in the season. How about the defense as a whole? Really struggled last year. No errors through 2 weeks now. So, again, I find it too hard where really it's just the back-to-back walks into the 3-run home run that's like the only truly hitting the 2 batters, that 7th inning is the only real black spot of the weekend. Otherwise, you were really good offensively, defensively, and top to bottom pitching, really. So again, I guess the cold freeze of the bats and the one bad inning from the pen. And besides that, solid weekend for LSU baseball. 5 games this week.
Yeah.
For LSU baseball.
Yeah, starting, maybe tonight.
Is it ever going to stop raining?
Yeah, it doesn't look great driving in, or if you're in your car right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But they are scheduled to play tonight at 6 p.m. over at the box against Nichols. If they don't play that one, which again, kind of crazy to think that they could, we'll see if the rain does stop. Then you go Dallas Baptist there because you're going to be in Frisco, Texas this weekend. So as we mentioned, you go Dallas Baptist, you go Kansas State, you go Nebraska, who started this season as a ranked baseball team, and then you finish up with Sam Houston. So competition is going to go up. You're going to have a ton of games this week to maybe figure out exactly what we're talking about, who's going to be who you can count on maybe the most. And T's right, like they'll switch some things here and there, righty-lefty matchups, but you're playing like 15, 16 people right now. That's not going to happen. So this weekend, I think you'll get a better idea of what it's going to look like as you continue to move forward. And you still got some time before conference play, obviously, the middle of March. But with the competition going up, I would assume you'll see, who they think right now is the best of the best.
Nookie says the lack of power, something to keep an eye on. Yeah, that would I'd say that's a negative for the weekend. No home runs over the weekend. Even though Jay Johnson did seem to be attributing a lot of that to the weather. Not exactly the most friendly of home run conditions in the box this week. I think he cited one. Was it maybe Curiel? I can't remember exactly who it was, but he cited one that somebody hit a home run last week, hit the exact same ball, hit it 17 miles an hour faster this weekend, and it doesn't go out.
Yeah.
So it was, it was a weird, it was a dreary weekend, guys, to be honest. Like, it was pretty just blah feeling weather-wise all weekend long. So Mark Lake says rain should be over by 10. I think we're good tonight. Taylor, where are you? Why is Mark doing your job for you? Why don't you have us weather updates on whether or not Nichols is going to happen tonight?
Oh, I just give the current typically. Rain today. Here's the thing, guys. Look, if you're getting your weather primarily from OTB, like that's an issue.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
what are you getting it from? Like a Microsoft Windows widget?
So here's what I do. I Google Baton Rouge weather.
Okay.
And it gives me either sun, cloud, or rain throughout the week.
Perfect.
Today's clouds with rain.
Damn it. Tay, any thoughts on baseball, either of you back there, before we move on?
Yeah, the home run you're talking about that was hit last weekend that was not this weekend was Derek Curiel. It was Curiel. He hit that one. It was barely over the fence. That's because the wind was blowing incredibly out last week. This team's going to be fine, like you mentioned. I mean, there's kind of like a 10 to 13 inning stretch into game 1, into game 2 that you didn't score any runs. That's going to happen in baseball. How do you respond? You respond with a 12-1 domination in game 3. This team's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Teams lose non-conference. Texas A&M lost to Cal Poly over the weekend, who got swept by UCLA. So it's going to happen. And also, LSU just lost their power hitter, Paxton Kling, who has 5 home runs right now.
He has 5 home runs?
Yeah, LSU has 5, and he has 5.
Yeah, I think he had 5 his entire time at LSU.
The only part
with plenty of chances.
The only part that makes me sad about that is that that's 5 missed opportunities for Lynn Rollins to break down the Kling Kong, which is one of Lynn's mini gyms that he's constantly finished up. I should have shouted out Lynn too after opening weekend. That first game, having him and Ben on the call, just felt it was like slipping into a nice warm blanket. Hunt did great on the call this weekend as well by the snippets that I caught. So great job, our guy Hunt Palmer. All right, when we get back here on OTB, the Saints hire a new defensive coordinator. Keep it locked.
Off the bench.
Wow, Paxton Kling leads the nation.
He had 4 this weekend against Longwood.
What? Well, yeah, Paxton brought the Longwood. I mean, geez, good job. Good on you, Patty. Go to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. I know about Longwood. I know about Hardy Plank and Vinyl Siding, wood or vinyl windows. But any type of door, I know that when you work with Tommy's, you're going to see the difference clearly. I knew that you're talking about working with a company that's won the Angie Super Service Award every single year they've been in existence. Yeah, it's 8 times running, guys. So you want energy-efficient options with lifetime warranties? It's going to save you money over time and you peace of mind over time. You want Tommy's. Go Tommy's.com.
Go to the website today and see what they can do for you. We always encourage you, check out past client results, testimonials, what they've done in the greater Baton Rouge area, the gallery of work, but also remember that they've got anything that you can dream of, right? They can customize that job. And so if you don't see it, don't worry. They've got you covered. Go Tommy's.com.
And extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1.
Back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back here on OTB. Hope everybody had a great weekend this weekend. Again, I mean, look, we talked about LSU baseball. 5 games coming up this week. Getting to some good competition. You can feel it. Slowly but surely heating up. Still way more good than bad, in my opinion. All right, let's get into then, Jake. Brandon Staley, officially hired as Saints defensive coordinator. And it's a weird thing because we've talked about it for a while now. In terms of kind of knowing that it was going to be him, it was going to be Nussmeier. But I guess, Jake, really for the Staley evaluation and maybe what he could bring to the New Orleans Saints, I think we have to lean on you because I don't know that anybody watched Brandon Staley closer in this market than did you as the head coach of your Bush League bolts for all those years. And I know that by the end, from a head coach perspective, it looked like it was going to be good there for a minute.
Yeah.
But by the end, from a head coach perspective, I know you were done with him, but what do you think about maybe some of the value that he still brings as a defensive coordinator?
Well, they're going to have to make some changes on some of the personnel. If he's going to be true to who he is, they don't have the personnel right now to run what he wants to get done. So that will be interesting. Got to see who they bring in, and maybe, just maybe, somebody that hasn't worked out well can not thrive, but be a role and be somebody that can give you value. I'm thinking about maybe like an Isaiah Foskey. He's giving you nothing.
Yeah,
absolutely nothing. And with maybe this change, can he give you something? And so that's going to be something to see where he goes personnel wise. He's been a 3-4 guy. They're 4-3. Is he going to change his philosophy? Are the Saints going to have to add some players to, because it's not like it used to be where you had to have a 370-pound zero nose. You don't see that anymore. Even in a 3-4, you still you want more athletic people on the field. And so it's not the wholesale changes that it used to be, but some things will have to change as far as the personnel. And as a head coach, it ain't it. It's not. The playoff collapse that they had against Jacksonville, not being able to bounce back. Anytime things got tough, they just would stay on the ground and never fought back to be better.
It is kind of crazy because they went 9-8 to 10-7, but then you have the 28-point collapse, which then rolls into the 5-9, and it seems like everything just fell apart. And I remember during those stretch, he was very, he'd make some questionable decisions, maybe in terms of the aggression, fourth down decisions that ended up losing more games than they won. But really, I think that maybe the most surprising part was when he was with the Rams in 2020, he had the NFL's best defense. Now, again, you got Aaron Donald that's going to do a lot for you in that regard. But it seemed like during his time with the Chargers, the defense was maybe not as dominant as you would have hoped from having a D coordinator as head coach. I mean, 27 points a game year 1, 22-6 year 2, 23-4 year 3. Those are good numbers, but they're not maybe the numbers you expect when you hire the DC with the best defense in the league to be your head coach.
Yeah, in 2020, the year T-Bob's talking about, total defense first, scoring defense first, passing defense first, rushing defense third, sacks second, third down conversion rate second. So they were not just first. I mean, they were dominant. And, yeah, I mean, look, they had Aaron Donald, they had Jalen Ramsey, they had a lot of really good players, but still, that is total dominance. And it's not like they didn't have talent for the Chargers. Now, health probably played a factor into it for the old Bolts. Bosa certainly, gosh, how do you get one of them deals? How do you get one of those? And then Derwin got hurt, some of that time as well. I think he's a good defense coordinator.
Well, good. He's nice and prepped for the New Orleans Saints experience.
That is very, very true. But as a head coach, if he was the Saints head coach, I would be ranting, and there would be no raving. There would be none of that. But as a defensive coordinator, I do think he can give you a lot. We small sample size, very small sample size in what he's. I mean, as a true defensive coordinator,
is that his only stop as a true defensive coordinator before he got rocketed to head coach?
Yeah,
the Rams.
I mean, because he got. I'm trying to think what the time period was, and I used to know this, but I mean, he went from small college coach, to like here. I got it right now.
Rocketing up.
He goes, through all the grad assistant stuff. He was the defensive coordinator at John Carroll in 2013. Then he goes to James Madison. Then he goes back to John Carroll in 2015, 2016, all right, as a D coordinator. Then he goes to UT Chattanooga in 17. Then he's the Bears linebackers coach for a couple of years, the Broncos linebacker coach for a year, and then it's Rams defense coordinator T, and then the next year, this man's a head coach for the Chargers. So he was at John Carroll University in 2016 and the head coach of the Chargers in 2021.
Am I making this up? Is John Carroll one of the tiny schools that like a lot of the football minds go to?
Is that where is
Joe Brady?
Is Bill Polian? Is Polian the
I don't know.
there's AD there?
There's always like a couple of those smaller like D2 schools where it feels like all the where you'll have an undue amount of coaches come out of there and be like, oh my God, that's where they cut their teeth.
You're talking about Brian.
Brian, yeah. I think he's the AD.
Oh,
there.
that's where Brian.
He's the current athletic director there.
Okay. Well, look, so it's interesting. Obviously, so another piece. Brandon Staley working with Vic Fangio at multiple stops. Vic very hot right now. Obviously, Kellen very comfortable with Vic. Again, the key difference between thinking about something like the Eagles defense, though, and the Saints defense lies in personnel. And as Jake alluded to off the rip, that is the toughest part about trying to really not just trying to judge Staley, trying to judge more us, like the entire new staff. How do we grade them on a curve, right? Like, do we look at the Saints roster, see what it is, understand that they're basically playing with a deck stacked against them, and then do you give them bonus points? Does a D become a C become a B, or is that too generous? This is the NFL. You have to win.
Too generous. It's the NFL. You got to win. Okay. But that part is what it is. We saw now. I know what the rebuttal is going to be, but we just saw the Commanders go from having the second pick to playing in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Now they got Jaden Daniels, changed a lot of math, but they went from picking second, not because they traded up, but because they earned the second pick,
yeah.
And they went to the NFC Championship game. That's just the way the NFL is. And if the Saints don't have, playoff aspirations at the end of the season this year, that's going to be very disappointing. Like, they've got to be a team that's in the fight with a chance to make the postseason. Now, like, that's whatever that is, whatever that record is, that's what they have to get to. Is it 10 wins? Is it 11 wins? I don't know, but they have to try to make the postseason. Just what it is. Like, you're in a bad division, or one that's certainly not as tough as others.
No, Kellen Moore said it. Yeah, in his opening press conference, she's like, I don't know, I think we could compete for the South. y'all are pretty bad.
Yeah, so Saints fans as well as I do it, they're not going to be happy going out there and winning 7 games and going 7-10 and being like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but like,
I know it's challenging.
Like 7-10 with maybe like, let's say you actually have a rookie do well and you're like excited about the draft. Like, I don't know. I feel it though. You're right. It's the NFL. Is they know grade on no curve. This is the big league. You just gotta put up good numbers. So we'll see, man. I like the staff overall, sure. But but that is the biggest hang up for me, is the front office has done them no favors when you look at the cap, you look at the quarterback situation, you look at the roster as a whole, the age of the roster, all of that. And so a lot for Kellen Moore and company to overcome. We'll see what they can do. All right, when we get back here on Off the Bench, so revenue sharing preparing to kick off in the NCAA, correct? The death of collectives, or is it? More Off the Bench coming tonight.
Off the Bench.
Need service now? Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram can get you same-day appointments for service, and we offer pickup and delivery of your vehicle from New Orleans to Baton Rouge. If you need sales and service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages, and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Welcome back to Off the Bench. Little sleepy, rainy Monday morning for you. Got Jake Hester there on the bass.
What are we listening to here, Beck?
Miles Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, if peeing in your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
I just urinated. This dinner was not that dark 30 seconds ago. Ooh, that's a nice build right there.
Taylor, what's the most 225 reps you ever did?
You know, I don't know if I've ever tried.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
No, I mean, guys,
every
I
player
have not,
that's gotten a weight room ever
guys, I have not
tried 225.
I have not maxed out since beginning of senior
That's
year
not
of high school.
That's not a max out.
Not technically a max out.
No.
You know, because you're not doing as much weight as you can. It's
more of a burnout.
Reps.
You're just 30, right?
This makes me want to smoke a cigarette and solve crimes.
Yeah, it does. Make you want to solve crimes.
Yeah.
I'll let you smoke the cigarette. I'll solve the crimes.
Well, no, if we're listening to this, you got to smoke a cigarette
I
too.
do?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what I mean. You can't.
Them's the rules.
Comes with the territory. Maybe like a trench coat.
I mean, yeah, back
Collar
then,
up.
I guess back then, like nobody
Yeah,
really
it was
knew
healthy,
the
dude.
effects.
Give me a good Lucky Strike.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, feeling some indigestion. Hand me a Joe.
Jacob Beck, what's the most times you've done 225?
Jake's long. Jacob's long.
Yeah,
long.
you got
That's
the
not,
long arms.
It's not bench friendly.
Struggling. No, I think I maybe did like 5 probably. I was not very strong.
Hey.
That's, for your arms,
Yeah.
I'm going to say 5's very good.
I'm going to say 5's good too.
Tell you what, I'm going to the gym today. I'll do it and let y'all know. I've literally never done it.
Oh, you've never done a single 225 rep?
Nope.
I thought like every meathead football player, be it high school,
high school,
college.
it's 185. Remember?
Yeah, true.
But
true.
yeah, I don't know.
When you go to those camps, it is 185. You're right.
Like Nike Spark tests and all that.
Like after senior year, like for us, it was like if you crossed the 200 threshold, you were like, that was like a big thing. So like my senior year,
200 what?
Like 200 pounds. Like
the
when
bench?
when you
we
crossed
went to
that,
a different high school, Bo.
when you crossed that, we were like, hey.
No, yeah. I mean, I will never forget in high school when I really started getting into working out. The first time you threw up 315, oof. Yeah. Talk about a good feeling, Bo. 3 plates. Let's go.
Yeah, 3 plate. Put 3 on there. 1,000-pound club for us. That's what it was.
Yep, if you could make 1,000-pound club, that was huge.
Oh, like total?
Yeah, bench,
out of
squat,
the 3 and the 3 Olympics.
Yeah.
I think I got it in high school by the end, but it was a rough go to get there.
We had something. I don't know what the pound was. It's called we called it. So we were the Wildcats. We got it like Steel Cats, and like you had to reach
Steel Cats, yeah.
Power, clean, bench, and squat.
Hell yeah.
You had to reach like I don't remember what the weight was.
Throwing your back out, trying to get one more rep.
The craziest thing is, and I love thinking about this because now I can't even like hold plank without my shoulder feeling like it's gonna rip out of its socket. But like, I mean, when we were at our strongest, that LSU weight room is such a warped reality.
Yeah.
Because I used to warm up with 315. Used to rep 405, like 3 to 5, like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Like it was just normal. Because Drake Nevis is over there doing like 420.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, well, if he's doing, I mean, that's easy. I got to be able to do this. Just crazy.
Oh, the endorphins that would, come out of that room, and just like the competitive nature also that would come out of that room.
Dude,
like, and who was in your workout group? And you're like, oh, he got how much today?
Yeah.
And I'm sure, look, shout out to my guys, Vic and Dillman. I'm sure they would lie and be like, hey, Stelty got 425 this morning. What? Put it on there.
Just pure meathead, testosterone, competitive caveman desire, just lifting this heavy iron all around there.
And they knew, like,
and now all they want to do is dance on TikTok.
That's right.
Damn it!
And they would know which players, like, to say did like what weight and what, whichever lift you were doing too.
Yeah, bro. I mean, they
like,
know
I'm
what
sure
they're
for
doing.
you, like, hey, Blackwell's in here this morning.
They know what they're doing.
Squatted 600.
Nah, Will was always complaining about the weight room. always.
He didn't
I
like
was
it.
a big fake it till you make it. I never want to do it, but I would try to just like force false optimism into my head. But no, I mean, they know what they're doing. It's even down to like the psychological effect of like O-line and D-line racks are right across from each other.
Yeah.
And the young guy racks are like a little bit further down in the back, right?
Yep.
And you kind of work your way up. And when you get on that prime kind of starter rack, and then there's the D-line, you can see what each other's lifting. Yeah, it's like they know what they're doing. We're a military operation over there. At least back in our day before TikTok. Double homicide. Definitely Taylor. He's the killer. Look at it.
Oh man,
look at that creepy bastard.
Reminds me like Dragnet,
And just
Joe Friday.
His little Lego man face just sneak into any room, and nobody thinks he's out of place.
Yeah.
It's a perfect crime. The most unassuming character in the room.
Put the
Also,
coffee
like,
pot on. It's gonna be a long
once I commit
night.
the crime, once I commit the crime, describe me. Average
That's
height,
what I'm
average
saying.
weight,
No, that's what
blonde
I'm
hair,
saying,
no
bro.
facial
You're a
hair.
chameleon.
It would just be white.
You sneak in, you sneak out. You're like, I don't,
This white guy who's about average height, average weight, no facial hair.
Yeah. Y'all
Good
really
luck,
know how
guys.
old he is. You could be 24. You could be 34.
So my eyes
I'll be
are going
honest with
bad. And shout out, there's an
Anywhere,
optometrist that
you
reached
could say anywhere from early 20s to early 30s.
I know, no
good
doubt.
luck.
My eyes are going bad, but your eyes look very blue right now. Are they blue?
So They have a little bit of blue in them. They're mostly green.
Okay, but you do have light eyes, so that is one.
Yeah.
That is your one. Because if you had brown eyes,
if you had
you'd be
brown eyes,
No.
oh man,
you'd be like human camo, basically. just fit perfectly in with everybody around.
golly,
That feels so good. Yeah. Not gonna lie, Becky killed it with this one. Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, look at my guy Roy Kent, 1,072 total pounds at 56 years old.
Let's go.
Weighing 150 pounds, Roy.
Oof.
That's beast mode,
That is
bro.
beast mode.
That's goals.
most impressive
Let's go.
part
Give
is
it up
that
for Roy in the chat.
Let's go, Roy.
He's kept his weight at 150 at 56 years old. That's
Yeah.
the most impressive part.
I was 150 in like 6th grade.
Yeah, I don't even stand on scales because how I judge is like, do I feel good? Do I feel like I look good? Because every time I step on a scale, I'm still just way heavier than I think. I think I'm like 270 right now, 265.
I know for certain I was 185 in 8th grade. Like that stands out in my mind. Like
185 in 8th grade?
185 in 8th grade.
So that's funny because I was like 185 in 9th grade.
Okay.
So I grew like a little bit later.
Your boy hit 253 at one point in his life.
In high school?
Yeah. As I was
I had to
Well,
work
let's say you had to
get
play
there.
DN.
I was
right?
playing DN, yeah.
Yeah, that's oh man. Well, sorry about that. I don't know what this segment was. It's just, I mean, hey, we play a little jazzy mix, and we're just gonna freestyle a little bit, a little. All right.
I do want to solve a crime, though.
I do. I really
bad.
want to solve some crimes.
Yeah. Is there like a website we can go to during the show? Maybe solve this crime.
SolveThisCrime.net.
SolveThisCrime.net.
Yeah.
It's just cold cases open to the public.
Yeah.
The cops like, I don't know.
Did we
dude.
just come up like, like an online game? I'm sure it already exists, but if it doesn't, like, and you get clues and you sit around with your friends and you got to solve it.
Now, that would be interesting. One of the most successful detective video games. I mean, I don't know. Like, LA Noire would definitely hit those vibes. Y'all ever play LA Noire back in the day?
We're talking about
yeah.
Great game.
Great
Always wanted them to make it into a
facial
movie.
technology, which I feel like nobody really built on. Because they put everything they had in there. You had to interrogate people, see if they're lying. That definitely hit those vibes. But we'll see.
Daniel said, "This is why I didn't get drafted." Damn.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? That's why I didn't get drafted.
Oh yeah, I just found a website. It has a crime scene simulation that you can go to.
Oh, what's the name of it?
It's I don't know.
Crime
It has
scene
a weird.
simulator.
Yeah, it has a weird name. The website is weird, but it shows you a picture of like a crime scene. It says you're an investigator responding to the scene of a shooting in a hotel room.
Okay, dude. All right, let's take it out of the commercial break. When we get back, I do want to talk a little bit of NIL stuff. Also, shout out Coach Mulkey. A lot to get to today. Keep it locked. You're on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Guys, go to Boudreaux's Electrical. Okay, when you're talking about Boudreaux's, you are talking about one of Generac's premier dealers. In fact, they're one of only 5 dealers here in Louisiana that specialize in Generac. Been in business for over 40 years, guys, going all the way back to 1982. It is a family-first business where the customer always matters the most. Okay, everyone is a VIP. And because we put so much into making sure that your system is ready to go 24/7 so that when you need it, it works. We have all the parts in stock. If you need repairs, we got you. We got technicians ready to go. Go to boudreauxelectrical.com, boudreauxelectrical.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you'll see what T-Bob's talking about, but he also encourage you to go to Google, and you'll see the Google reviews. I mean, every review you'll see is a 5-star. 5 out of 5 is a service you're going to get from Boudreaux's. Go check out the website. See it for yourself, boudreauxelectrical.com.
Need service now? Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram can get you same-day appointments for service, and we offer pickup and delivery of your vehicle from New Orleans to Baton Rouge. If you need sales and service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI, or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner.
To the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
You're an investigator, responding to the scene of a shooting in a hotel room where you observe the following. A male, apparently African-American, is sitting on a sofa and appears to be the victim of a shooting. Crime scene investigators photograph the scene and is awaiting your instructions regarding the collection of evidence. There's a firearm in his right hand. There's no sign of a struggle, but there are a great many objects in the room. Does this appear to be suicide, accidental shooting, murder, suspicious death? Too early to make a determination.
This is tough.
This is Joe Friday. Like, this is.
It's got to be too early, right?
I think it's too early.
I mean,
what do you have to go off of?
I mean, again, no sign of a struggle. Firearm in the right hand.
Does he
Hotel
have?
room.
Wait, he had a firearm in his hand.
Look, go to the Google Doc. It's on there.
And there's a picture of a man seated on the couch. There's just a bunch of kind of crap strewn across the hotel room.
Yeah, there's like a wine bottle on the ground.
It's like the blood from the shot is above his head behind him. As if
Okay,
it
but then
like,
so that's suicide, dude.
Well, potentially, yes.
Potentially, and
that's where I'm
staged
leaning.
it.
But Taylor, what are you trying to lead us towards here? You just want to close this case?
Yeah, move on to the next one.
Did y'all
Why is that?
Did y'all watch Dragnet? Like, y'all know what I'm talking about?
Nah, that's too early. That's too.
Nick and I, like Joe Friday, like he would come on. He had he's monotone, right? And he would voice over kind of the situation. And
I know, like pop culture wise, like what you're talking.
Then they
about.
had the movie with Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks, but it was a series, and he'd come on. This is the city, Los Angeles, California, a place of sun, sand, and crime.
Yeah.
My name's Friday. I'm a cop. It was Tuesday, 3:45 p.m. when we got the call.
So is
Disturbance.
Dragnet the original of that style of monologuing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because that's like that is built into all those hard boiled.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you ever read Watchmen? That's basically how Rorschach opens up in Watchmen.
He'd always end it like, we didn't know what we'd find, but we knew one thing. The facts were the facts.
Hell yeah.
I've seen the
I don't think this
movie. I've never
website's
seen the
working, by the
show.
way.
No, I did. Mine worked, and I clicked suicide. It's not. It says incorrect, so it's not a suicide.
Told you, it's too early to make a determination, guys.
I picked that one. It says correct.
Come on.
That's such the like. It's always too early.
Be quiet.
It's not always too early. Sometimes you.
I'm on to you, Taylor.
Evo says it was Mario.
Hey, shout out to Coach Kim Mulkey. How about it? So over the weekend, the LSU women massive ranked game against Kentucky. Get down 16 in the first half. End up winning the game 65-58. How about this third quarter? They outscored Kentucky 24-6 in the third. I mean, you want to talk about completely hitting the brakes and flipping the momentum of the game. But I was texting with Coach this morning because it was Coach Mulkey's 750th win. Incredible, right? Incredible. And so after the win, and what a way, right? A scrappy, come from behind ranked win. But after the win, she gets water dumped on her. She had no idea it was 750. She thought they were just dumping water on her for beating Kentucky. And she was like, guys, this is a bit excessive, isn't it? Like, I mean, just like, what? And then, no, she like saw somebody's shirt, one of the girls' shirts, and said, she's like, oh, okay, cool. So that's how locked in Coach Mulkey is. She ain't out here chasing records, anything like that. Had no idea what was on the line, but the team did, and they came through for her, and now LSU guarantees a double bye in the SEC tournament.
It was a big win. They were down big.
Yeah.
They were down against a good Kentucky team on the road. This is a Kentucky team that has been consistent all season long, and so they kind of returned the favor that Texas gave to them when LSU was up big on Texas, and Texas comes storming back. But the difference was Texas was at home. LSU was on the road for this one. So this is a great win. This is something you can certainly use moving forward, and LSU's one of the teams, and there's 8 teams probably in college basketball this year that have a chance to win a national championship. In women's basketball, that's a big number because it's been 2 or maybe 3 at most over the last couple of years. So to have this many teams that have championship quality is going to be a fun run.
Hour 1 in the books here on OTB. Coming up next hour, talk a little bit of Elijah Haven. He's back in the news. We got to get to this new well, I don't know how to tease it. NIL stuff.
Off the bench.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Monday, February 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 63 in hour 2 of today's show. We'll talk about the latest with NIL, and we'll discuss the recruiting update for quarterback Elijah Haven. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB, hour number 2 here on Monday, February 24th, 2025. It's still a bit rainy and chilly and whatnot. Still stay safe out there if you're on the roads. To have ourselves a great week, a great Monday. Yeah, just, have a good Monday, guys. Well, maybe make your Monday a little bit better here on Off the Bench as we're talking sports, having some fun, and, well, let's
trying to solve crimes.
Trying to solve crimes. The website doesn't seem to be working. At least I can't get it.
It's working for me. I've gotten pretty far, actually. Yeah.
Okay, wait. So you're just not sharing the answers with the group? After we said there wasn't enough evidence, what happened next?
Okay, so you have to go. So it asks you to figure out, try to decide what do you think happened. You say too early determination, you go to the next, and then it says the blood splatter is there's blood stains on the subject's shirt, and there's also some above him, which is interesting. So then it's a suspicious death. And they ask you what kind of gun it is. It's a revolver. I don't know why they ask you that. But then this was weird. It talks about the blood splatter, and I thought that it would have been from somebody like from underneath him because it was like above his head.
It's like above and behind his head.
But it says the answer was that the gun was fired directly at the victim. So I don't know if they think that if it goes straight through and then it was
maybe he was standing up and then fell into a seated position.
Maybe and sat down and then they put the gun in his hand maybe.
Yeah, so maybe he was standing up when he got shot originally and then he falls down.
Beck's like behind him. Keeping all this info from us. T-Bub's like, oh, mine's not working. Beck's like, I'm already been promoted to lead detective, guys.
I'm trying to solve this case to advance my career.
So speaking of trying to solve the case, one case that we will watch with great interest. What does Palpatine say? We'll watch your career with great interest, something like that. One case that we'll watch over the next couple of years is going to be that of Elijah Haven, Dunham's quarterback, the number one rising junior in the entire country. He was actually named the Max Preps National Sophomore Player of the Year after accounting for over 4,000. I mean, these stats are crazy, guys. He threw for 3,100 yards. He threw for 3,100. He also threw for 37 touchdowns, only 7 picks. He rushed for an additional 937 and 21 more touchdowns. So you're talking about over 4,000 yards in total offense, 58 touchdowns. Dunham goes 14-1. They played for a state title. That's all as a sophomore. And he's right here. And now he's the number one player in the nation for his class. What is that, 27?
Yeah. Yeah, on 3, he's the number 3 player in the nation, number 1 quarterback, number 1 in the state. So, like, regardless of where you look, he's going to be a top 5 overall player in the country. And we've talked about this over the last couple of weeks. And, look, this is a long time away. It's a long time away. Certainly in recruiting, you might as well just add 10 times to it because of how many things can change. And we all know you got to get to the finish line. But LSU in 2027 has a fantastic opportunity to get a top-tier quarterback because of the ties that they have to some of the quarterbacks. So
yeah, true.
Elijah Haven, again, this is on 3. Like T said, there's some services that have him number 1, but number 3 nationally, number 1 quarterback, number 1 in the state, okay? Colton Nussmeier, number 17 overall, number 3 quarterback, number 3 in the state of Texas. Malachi Ziegler, number 31 overall, number 5 quarterback, number 3 in the state of Louisiana. All right. And then you go to Gunnar Rivers. Remember, his uncle Stephen Rivers played at LSU.
Yep.
Number 33 overall, number 6 quarterback, number 1 in the state of Alabama.
Yeah.
Like that's guys that you had. And there's another one in Shreveport, Peyton Houston, I believe is his name, at Evangel. He's a top tier core. I think he's number 10 in this class. So you have ties to 4 guys right now, or actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys right now you have ties to that are in the top 10 in 2027. Now, things can change, but you're set up right now to get a top-tier quarterback in that class.
Well, and again, you mentioned things changing. I mean, one of the things that's going to matter a ton over the next couple of years if you're actually going – and I guess, look, real quick, the whole point on this bringing up Elijah Haven is that it is said that LSU is firmly in the lead for him at this point. Okay, that's all. Also, the same article on the LSU Tigers SI subsite has they talk about Peyton Houston here, Jake, as well, and LSU starting to make a push on Houston. But whatever, they're saying they're in the lead for Elijah Haven. One of the ways, though, like the things that can change are not just other people coming in, off or whatever, but like what does LSU look like over the next couple of seasons? Can they continue to show quarterbacks that this is a place you want to be? And in that regard, I think they're set up quite nicely. I mean, of course, you had Burrow and Daniels, which was awesome, but then now with Nussmeier doing as well as he did last year, and now you add guys like Nick Anderson, Barry and Brown, an older Trey Green, everything we talk about, Aaron Anderson back, like Nussmeier should put up crazy numbers next year. Be a legitimate Heisman candidate. So that's going to be 3, damn near 3 in a row. So if you're talking about establishing that pipeline, that belief in the players, be it Haven, Houston, Rivers, anybody, Ziegler, Little Nuss, anybody that you named, the bottom line is that LSU does a very good opportunity to continue to try to prove the exact opposite of what was true for about 15 years there, where this is a place where quarterbacks don't come to die. This is a place where quarterbacks come to thrive. And so if you're looking for something on the field that will translate to off-the-field recruiting success with all that talent coming up, like that's what you need to make sure that you hold down, that who's ever under center continues to put up great numbers, continues to play really well, and continues to show these young players that, yeah, man, you want to go get set up for the NFL, you want to be great, LSU at the most important position, that LSU is one of the premier places in which you can do that.
Yeah, and you're right about this year probably raising that profile yet again because of everything that you have in front of you and all the tight end and going to getting 2 guys out of the portal to add with a trade as Green, who I think is going to go up and improve himself from his freshman year to his sophomore year, maybe more than anybody. And you get Nick Anderson, you get Brown from Kentucky, and like Xavier Thomas and Chris Hilton, what they did in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Like Chris Hilton, like he unlocked something within the offense, and you've been waiting for it because we all saw it in training camp, and then he got hurt, and then the timing wasn't there, a little bit rusty, and he can give you something. Like you have truly 5 receivers that can change a lot of different things for you, solve a lot of problems, and so you add that with the second-year quarterback in Garrett Nussmeier, a year older for Caden Durham, who was really good, a freshman All-American. Yeah, that like the offense and the numbers, they're not going away, probably going to go up from what it was a year ago. And so every quarterback that we just mentioned is going to make note of that.
Yeah. So, again, I know that recruiting can feel a bit, intangible at times, and it is. But the bottom line is you're doing well with Haven here at the early onset. And more importantly is to recognize what Jake said. There's a lot of great options coming down the pipeline. You just have to continue to prove. And not only do you have to prove quarterback statistically, Jake, but you got to keep the LSU brand cool, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to win. You got to compete for a championship this year. They need to see you in the mix right alongside Texas, Oregon, Georgia, all these other teams that you're going to be competing with directly for their services. So something to watch for the next couple of years.
Yeah, and LSU fans, y'all have done a fantastic job. When you got challenged to raise some funds, you did incredible. And, your coach matched it, and things are going well. Do you want to make them go great? Go win some ball games.
Yes.
T-Bob, there's not many places across the country that the city changes more than when LSU football is like championship level.
Yep.
This entire city, and all of us here, all of us listening, we have been through it, be it 03, 07, 11, 19. This place changes. You want to go put some money in the bank and go get some of those players that we're talking about.
True.
Go make that run, because the LSU brand on the field for quarterback receivers, how could it not be at an all-time high? You have Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels doing what they're doing in the NFL. You've got 4 of the top 7 receivers in the NFL, including the top 2.
Yeah.
Like, you've got what it takes as far as, hey, this is who you can be down the road. If you pair that with playing for championships, then I think you are not only a player for any of these players we're talking about, you're in the, like, you get to choose maybe who you select out of this group.
Scott Dice says Nuss is going to throw for over 5,000 yards. It's been interesting, right? I think he's actually capable of something like that. I think that probably means that LSU isn't quite as good as they should be, though. I think you want more balance, and you should be able to achieve more balance out of this year's team. And defensively, hopefully things are better to where you're not reliant upon a 5,000-yard passer to try to win you games. But we'll see, man. If that's what you need, again, you're probably capable with the quarterback and these receivers.
If we're sitting here, we're having this conversation now, there's going to be a real need for a running back to step up besides Caden Durham.
Yeah.
Caden's going to be great. He was injured basically the entire year and still averaged well over 5 yards a carry. Again, freshman All-American type season. But your safety blanket in Josh Williams is no longer going to be there. So that was somebody that you could always count on when he came into the game. Very reliable, really good on third downs, would always come up with a big play. He's gone. And so Caleb Jackson, somebody we thought was going to be just very impactful this year and just wasn't, he's going to have to step up. Juwan Johnson, we don't know where he's at right now. Like quarterback, running back, like we don't really know what the plan is. You've got some young players, some really good ones, including the number 1 back in the country. And I've said it 1,000 times. If you can make an impact at one position in college football immediately, running back's probably it. You can run the ball or you can't. But still, you're going to need somebody that's reliable behind Caden Durham, because last year that was an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really know what you have right now past Caden Durham. We think you've got really good players. We think that they can project as players that can help you right now. Again, you don't have your safety blanket of, what was Josh Williams, a 6-year senior? I know he's at least a fifth
Yeah,
year.
because he was on the 19 team.
Right. So you knew what you had in there. So the ceiling might not have been as high as others, but you knew what you had.
He and also, I mean, look, between and I do feel between Harlem and you mentioned Caleb Jackson as well, but I'm just talking about the newcomers. Between Harlem Berry and JT Lindsay, like one of those guys should be able to contribute and play right away, but we'll see.
Again, like Aiden Durham did last year.
Yes, agreed. So, again, overall point is doing really well with the guy in your hometown that is going to be the next big thing, already is here, already taken home a National Player of the Year award as a sophomore. Now, you have to continue to prove it on the field. You have to keep the brand great, and then maybe Elijah Haven ends up in the purple and gold eventually. All right, when we get back here on OTB, let's finally get to this NIL thing that I keep teasing. I know. I'm getting distracted, crime scenes, all that sort of stuff.
We're going to get to the opening day of LSU baseball.
But
after this Kellen Moore sound.
Look. The bottom line is revenue sharing about to kick in, right? Which means the end of collectives. Or does it? More on the bench coming up next.
Off the bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
They do. When you're in the market for land, make First South your first call. Stop by or find them online at firstsouthland.com.
When you've been in the industry for over 20 years, you learn a few things. For one thing, you learn your product inside and out, but you also learn how to ask the right questions and give satisfying answers. Jim's Firearms.
Jake and James of Trash Rangers. How does $13.95 a month for residential trash pickup sound to you? Go to trashrangers.com for all the info and make the switch today. That's trashrangers.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Do business with someone you know. Parish Construction and Roofing.
Parishbuilt.com.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, guys, welcome back to OTB. Real quick, before we talk about this collective stuff, we got a little update. Figured out the victim's name. He's a Canadian man named Vancouver. Now, he's from Toronto, named Vancouver.
It's kind of like being named Memphis from Shreveport.
True, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So Van was shot by a gun that was not the one in his hand. And he was supposed to be out of town to visit his daughter, who had just won a lottery out of Connecticut. His daughter and her boyfriend. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I don't know that I trust the daughter's boyfriend. Name? Ivan Crook. Something about Ivan rubs me the wrong way. The firearm was linked to a burglary in which Ivan's fingerprints are found. It's guys. And now we've got another body. Female, stabbed in the back. If it's Van's daughter, Vanessa Coover.
The victim was identified as Vanessa Coover.
Damn it! We weren't fast enough!
Wait, DNA evidence recovered at the scene was linked to Al Crook, who was subsequently arrested at a Chinese restaurant that he frequented in the neighborhood where both homicides occurred.
The boyfriend's brother?
What's
I don't know
Al's
yet.
relation
We'll have to
to
see.
Ivan?
We're working on that.
I don't trust Ivan. You know what? I don't trust the entire Crook family. Something suspicious here. I can't believe you killed both Van and Vanessa Coover.
Wait, there's no answer. It just says restart. I got to the end.
You have to come up with your own theory, probably.
Hopefully this brief exercise familiarized you with some of the intricacies involved in crime scene investigations. Restart.
Man. Sometimes just how it goes on this beat, rookie. Ivan walking free. And the Coover's 6 feet under. I'd say I'm sad, but there's another case we gotta get on. Put your suspenders back on. It's time to go to work. Damn. R.I.P. to the Cougars. Yeah. Do want to remind you about our friends over there at Pelican Roof. PelicanRoof.com. Pelican Roofing. Look, man, you're in Lafayette or Baton Rouge. You want to go to Pelican. You go to PelicanRoof.com. You get use their instant quote tool. You put in your address, see your roof, you select what type you want. You get a ballpark idea right there, very quickly, bam, right away. Or you call them up. They have dedicated people ready to go every single step along the way, from answering the phones to dedicated project manager, GT every site, all the way to clean up. Again, all this ensures, guys, is that you're getting top-notch service, attention, detail, focus every step along the way. Unlike some of these other companies that try to juggle too much stuff, you're not as important. They're not the case at Pelican. That's how they took home the Better Business Bureau Integrity Award, an award that is not given out like one for each industry. No, one overall award. And who won it? Pelican Roof, because of how their customers are treated. Go to PelicanRoof.com.
Does anything look better than a pot of coffee late at night when the two detectives are on the job?
No, I mean, the only thing...
I don't even drink coffee, and I'll agree with you.
The only thing is eating lo mein out of a little Chinese box with some chopsticks.
Yeah, it's got a little quart box.
Maybe even in the car.
Yeah, jacket. I'm having my jacket off. I've got my my sleeves rolled up. Yeah. I'm looking at the board and then I'm going to notice some connection. I'm going to drop the Chinese.
Chopsticks are in there.
Splatter. Yeah. Oh my God. It was Ivan Crook the entire time. No way. Oh, man.
Daniel just said the SIG does. Fair point.
True.
Fair point. But I think like the cigarette and the coffee are one and the same.
Yeah, you got to have both.
Like the nicotine and the caffeine are such a good pairing.
Yeah.
When you're trying to solve a case.
All right, so to get to what I was constantly teasing, but probably won't interest you that much.
Great
you know,
start.
I know.
I mean, not like Vancouver.
What are you gonna do?
Trying to figure out what's going on here.
So coming up June 2nd, whatever, revenue sharing is going to take place, right? LSU going to be able to give around $20.5 million to their athletes. As we said, the federal government just ruled that this does not fall under the purview of Title IX. So each school will be free to allocate the funds as they see fit. A majority will go to football, the highest revenue generating sport, and we'll see what plays out from there. Now, the other part of this is collectives are going away. But the money, as we're going to find out, and we've been talking about, will not. Because if there's one thing I've learned covering this business, doing this business, maybe just in life in general, you talk to somebody when you have like water damage, you got a leak or something. What do they always say? Water finds a way. The path of least resistance. Well, in that same way, money finds a way. And LSU has already now entered a deal with a company called Playfly, which will allow players, Jake, or what they're going to do for players is after revenue sharing kicks in, whatever collective goes away, well, now there's just a new company, Playfly, through LSU, is going to be cutting NIL deals for the players. Now, the players can still cut the deals on their own. What are you saying? What are you guys nodding about?
No, Playfly is who does LSU sports properties.
Yeah, like their broadcast. Like when Jake does color or I'm producing or whatever, like we get paid through Playfly.
So that's what we're trying to confirm through not saying a word.
Yeah.
But
so they are apparently also who they are paying LSU for the license to represent their players and get them NIL deals.
Okay.
Now players can still cut their own NIL deals on the side, but the point of this is simply that 2 points. I guess one of the differences with maybe the collective would be that this is now kind of officially going through LSU. But I think the greater point here is exactly what we've been talking about, that it's not going away. That money still money's still going to be there. Now, for whatever it's worth, the NCAA is going to try to ramp up enforcement after revenue sharing is met. It says NIL deals more than $600 will have to be disclosed to a clearinghouse. And the NCAA says that agreements with boosters or collectives must have fair market value and provide, quote, a valid business purpose to be approved. Again, how are they going to argue those things in a court of law or try to judge them? I do not know. But I think maybe the point that is biggest to me here is you want to talk about this sign, because what do we keep hearing? Oh, the money can't keep up. The money can't keep up. People are not going to keep paying these players this money, right?
Yeah.
Playfly, pays LSU to do this. They pay LSU. Oh, man, I thought I had it written down here. I accidentally did not. I want to say it's like almost $1 million a year, maybe even more. And so you're saying, well, what does that matter? Well, what that matters is, even though Playfly is the one creating the deals, doing the work, right? They're paying LSU just for the opportunity because they're going to make money off the deals because that's how big the deals are. So what it shows you is that there is a very healthy market for wanting to pay players. And that teams desperately do. And that instead of like LSU paying Playfly, say, hey, create these deals, the agency, again, is paying the school for the right to market them, knowing that they'll still make whatever, even more money back in the hefty licensing fee that they're paying. So no, the NIL college athlete market is robust and very healthy, in my opinion.
Oh, I think it's incredibly healthy, and it is about to change. And it does feel like some of these places are going to actually spend less money than what they're currently doing. Because right now, I mean, it's a little bit all over the place. But once you talk about revenue sharing, like that's going to be a different scenario than we have right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's going to do for the middle tier and the bottom tier. I have no idea, because there's some places, T, that don't spend $20 million. Like it's just they don't get to that number. Like,
oh, you're saying I think it's going to be It's going to be, if you're a Power 4 school, you're going to really struggle if you can't come up with that $20.5 million. And I know it's been very tough for a lot of schools. I know West Virginia, other schools like that. Like, I guess I just know something about West Virginia from paying attention to it. But I know a lot of schools are having to scramble.
Like, is Oregon State, or not, or maybe they got some pretty good.
Oregon State,
donors.
I would say, is just tough because they're not
They're not in the
Power
conference.
4
Well, they get
anymore.
in Pac-12 kind of. Okay. There's going to be schools that are going to Wake Forest. Is Wake Forest going to be able to come up with $20+ million?
They feel rich, but I don't know.
All right, right. And there's some places that do have money. Are they going to want to spend $20-something million?
I mean, but then if you do not,
oh, I know,
you are going to be at a
you're going to be irrelevant,
significant recruiting disadvantage. And here's the other thing: the gap between the haves and the have-nots is only going to get larger in college football, and unfortunately, it's by design. When we talked about the Big Ten and the SEC continuing to assert their control over the sport and push for the expansion of the playoff in 2026, talking 4 auto bids for SEC, 4 for the Big Ten, 2 for AC, 2 for Big 12. Again, that's a system that I really like because it takes subjectivity out of it. Like, I like it from the competitive on the field standpoint. What I did not realize, Jake, though, is in these last round negotiations, the Big Ten and the SEC already gave themselves a massive advantage over the other two. The playoff revenue is not evenly split.
Yeah.
Big Ten and the SEC under the new deal will be taking home nearly triple the amount of revenue from the playoff than that of the other two conferences. So they're not only getting triple the revenue on that, but then their TV contracts are significantly larger.
Right.
I mean, you're going to be talking about, if you're a Big 12 or ACC school, you're going to be talking about having to make up a gap of like $30, $40 million a year. What are we talking about? That's untenable. It's unfair. And unfortunately, that's why long-term you probably do move into the 2-team Super League model, is because as much as I want to keep college football together, that's a gap that they created by design to, again, increase the feeling of the haves and the have-nots.
Look, we have this scenario play out in Major League Baseball. We have this scenario play out in the EPL. The teams with the most money are going to be better. The teams that spend are going to be better. We don't see it in the NFL because everybody uses the salary cap for the most part.
Socialists.
When you look at the NBA, the teams that spend the most typically, but it is a luxury tax, and so it's a little bit of a different situation. But, I mean, the Dodgers have spent over $1 billion. $1 billion. You know how much the Miami Marlins have spent in free agency?
Okay, so the Dodgers. I mean, how much is a luxury tax on Dodgers alone? Isn't it like $400 million or something?
Yeah.
The Marlins spent $157 on payroll.
Okay. No, I mean, like, how much they've spent in free agency this year.
Oh,
the Dodgers spent like $1 billion.
$30 million.
Okay, Jacob, any guess? Marlins
25.
Tay.
Oh, I'm gonna go 20. They're pretty cheap.
5.
$5 million? And you got one team spending $1 billion?
5. So, like, that's the disparity in Major League Baseball. We see it in EPL as well. Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. These teams, I mean, Hotspur's spending, but they ain't winning. They're spending this money. Well, I mean, you got teams towards the bottom and that are just trying to, Ipswich is trying to just scratch and claw to stay up, right? Everton, the club that I follow, they spend, but they don't spend smartly. So, like, they struggle because they don't spend their money the way they should. Like, it's a scenario where teams spend different, teams make different amounts, and there's no situation where a team's going to be told they can't spend that amount of money, and there's not going to be a situation where a team's told they have to spend this amount of money. And so you had the same teams towards the top. You had the same teams fighting like hell for relegation every year. And that's what it's going to be like in college football.
Yeah, I mean, that at least in college football, I feel like at the top you'll still have a more spread of teams spending relatively even. That gap in baseball, that's hard to wrap your head around. Also, that's the Marlins telling you we don't really care about winning. We know that it's a sports franchise, and so the value's just going up, so why are we even incentivized to win? It's kind of like the New Orleans Pelicans. I mean, god-awful. They're the least valuable franchise in the NBA, and yet that $350 million purchase from the Bentons has turned into a $3 billion value. I mean, it's unbelievable. A 10X off of a franchise that has done nothing except for ruin 2 first overall picks. We did beat the Blazers that series.
I was about to say, since they bought that franchise, what, 2 playoff series wins?
Yeah. You know, and you watch your investment go from $350 to $3 billion. So yeah, I would be upset if I was a baseball fan, for sure.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if
I was a Marlins fan, I would just stop. Because why would I? You clearly
and
don't
the Royals. I mean, I think their total payroll this year is like 80-something million, where you've got players making that much on some teams.
Yeah, I mean, what's Shohei per year?
I mean,
close to that.
It's only like $10 thanks to creative accounting.
His is actually back.
Yeah, they're all these teams are starting to backload contracts now.
The deferred, but it's even different than like a backloaded contract. It's some sort of deferred payment plan or something.
Yeah, it's deferred paying. Yeah,
it feels a little Bonilla-esque.
A little bit.
Never forget Bobby Bonilla not wanting to give him the lump sum up front. They agreed to give him way more money to spread out far over time.
Yeah, the Marlins payroll is $47 million, and the Dodgers is $321.
The entire payroll is $47 million.
Yep, for 2025.
Jeez.
Their highest paid player is Sandy Alcantara, who's actually making $17 million. So he's making that's a very high percentage of the total payroll.
Oh my gosh, they only have.
And nobody goes to games.
They only have 3 players making over $1 million. Are you seeing that too?
Well, I got Sandy Alcantara at 17, Jesus Sanchez for a couple other guys.
Anthony Bender at 1.42.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is under $1 million.
So how about this? The lowest paid player on the LA Dodgers, you got a handful of guys making $800,000. Everybody else is $2 million and above. So there's your pay discrepancy right there.
But I think it's going to be like that for. I mean, your Purdue's and, I mean, some of these schools that are just at the bottom of their conference that are going to have to scratch and claw and fight to get to that $20 million revenue share that we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, now, I mean,
I don't know who that, and maybe there's donors every school has donors, and maybe those donors step up. But like when I mention schools like a Wake Forest, like that feels like it's going to be kind of real. A Cincinnati, right? Are they going to have what it takes? A Purdue,
I mean, see, now the thing about Purdue, though, you think about Purdue, Jake, I think where they'll be fine is at least they still got the TV deals, Yeah. They still get that Big Ten TV deal. They'll still get that playoff split. Like, they should be able to get the revenue out of there. It's the ACC and the Big 12 schools that are really going to have the squeeze put on them here. Because even if you're the worst SEC or Big Ten deal, you're still getting a massive chunk.
Yeah.
Thanks to deals.
Yeah, so your Dukes, your Cals, Cal Berkeley, or, again, like they probably could pass the hat and get it.
Yeah.
But are they going to?
Yeah. I don't know.
Stanford, same situation. Stanford's got great alumni. How much does Stanford care about football?
How much is
certainly now that they're in the ACC.
I mean, it's crazy to say Stanford because again, that's care because yes, the Stanford endowment is like I think the biggest in the country right there, along with Princeton.
Exactly, but
I'm pretty sure Stanford almost funds their operating budget solely out of interest off the endowment.
Is somebody from Stanford going to want to give, a check when he looks up and they're playing Virginia Tech on a Thursday night?
If Andrew Luck's the quarterback, maybe.
Toby Gerhart,
Toby Gerhart balling back there. Shout out David Shaw, wherever you're at. Jonathan Martin clearing the way. All right, more OTB coming up next. What?
Off the bench.
Stanford great. Jonathan Martin. Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, guys. If you are in the market for a new vehicle, maybe you're going to get a brand new vehicle. Okay? Maybe, though, you end up looking around, you're like, I don't know, man. These Toyota certified used vehicles are really nice. Still get excellent warranty coverage at a more affordable price. Okay. Maybe you want to end up leasing. I never thought that I would, and I went in there with a, I did not expect the new car. I did. I was like, I got a budget. Here it is. Bada bing. I ended up leasing a Camry for 3 years. It was great. You go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge today. Let them find you and your family's next answer. They got everything you need at All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
And not only the price, but I didn't think that I would be driving away in a midsize SUV, but it's been perfect for me. It's been perfect for the family. So many options for every single family, every single need is going to be met over at All Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service
Maybe. Off the bench. Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
The music written by Miles Davis, he calls So What?
Welcome back in, OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. I guess my phone picked us up talking about Major League Baseball. One of the things that popped up on my phone was Major League Baseball teams if they had color rush uniforms, and oh my God, these are horrendous. Baseball is a sport, not to be like too Hunt Palmer-y here and talk about uniforms and anything that's a little bit different, lose my day over it. If baseball pants aren't white or gray, I'm out. Teams with all black baseball uniforms saw a lot this weekend. I am out.
Like the Pirates. The Pirates are doing all black.
Any team that does, Vanderbilt does it, A&M I think does it. I can't do it. And I hate it. I hate that about myself because I try, like football uniforms, I try to be open-minded. Baseball, I need white pants and I need gray pants.
Jake hates the black pants.
Vanderbilt looks like Al Capone out there.
I like them though because the pinstripes. No, it's like their thing.
No, man, it looks like they're trying to. Yeah, it looks like
they're talking about sweater girl. Hey,
yeah, exactly.
Hey,
that's their thing. That's what I'm saying. No, I don't mind. But yeah, I granted, I'm pretty I'm pretty uniform ambivalent, or apathetic. I guess I would say. Damn, is that the Savannah Brewers?
The
right
Brewers
there?
one's bad.
Oh, so you saw it too? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so bad.
I don't know. Just color rush for baseball.
The Mets. Oh, shoot, the Mets.
The Rockies one looks tight.
Well, the Rockies
It's an
are
awkward stance that goes in there.
That's the
Like,
Tiger Woods stance.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
come
a little
on.
reverse lunge, dude.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay.
No way. The
Like-
Red Ranger?
Like Hunt's eyes
We're
right
watching the
now.
combine
He's having
now.
to
I'm going to send
scrub
this
them
to Hunt
out.
Palmer. He's
Please
going to have
send
a
that.
stroke.
If Hunt's not listening right now, send that to him and be like, hey, have you seen the Cubs' new jerseys?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of jerseys, something we didn't mention in
You
that
won't believe
last
it.
story is jersey patches are coming for your favorite college football team. I don't know when because it has not been officially approved, Jake, but it is such a foregone conclusion at this point that apparently, the conversations have already taken place. I would say deals are essentially already lined up.
Yeah.
Who do y'all think ends up on the LSU football jerseys?
I am going. Well,
got to be Canes.
Yeah, that's the obvious. Like I want to go Canes or walk-ons, but it could be our old friends MMR, somebody like that maybe.
It could be.
I'm trying to think like who would actually, have the.
Are you excited to do the European song and dance of complaining about the new sponsor because you don't like how it looks?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
obviously it doesn't define the jersey as much as a European soccer kit.
Yeah, and if you don't like the company, it's like I'm not buying that.
I mean, to be fair, like I don't know what Man U has now, but do the Glazers still own them?
Yes.
Do they still have Chevy on there?
No.
I was going to say Chevy. Those jerseys were god awful.
It just said Chevrolet in huge letters. I mean, that's what
in that symbol. Like
They
I
have the
don't
symbol,
I don't want the Chevy truck symbol on my European Premier League kit. It never felt good to me. Vodafone, sure. I don't know what Vodafone is.
I don't know, but it looked good on there.
Siemens, good, perfect. I love Siemens.
I think Man U has
The cell phone company, guys.
Snapdragon.
What?
Yeah.
What is Snapdragon? It doesn't matter. I'm still more into that than Chevy.
Well,
is it a website company?
No, it's like Qualcomm used to have our stadium in San Diego. It's now Snapdragon Stadium, so I think it's like a branch off of Qualcomm.
Okay. I don't know what Qualcomm is.
That's who used to sponsor the Charger Stadium.
Yeah.
I know, but what are they, like communication company?
Communications, yeah.
Okay, but that looks good. Snapdragon looks good on the Man U kit. Sure. What are the Blues sponsored by right now?
Steak.com.
Oh,
Yeah.
greasy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not great.
dude.
Yeah, they gotta get as much
Like one of the worst companies on the entire planet.
Yeah.
That is just helping millions of youths across the world become radicalized and get into underage gambling.
Yeah.
And every time you see an uncomfortable or crappy viral video, you look in the lower corner and you see Stake.com. You're like, oh, wait, this is just a hidden advertisement.
I don't know if that's worse or the fact
They
that
have
Arsenal,
multiple Premier League teams.
Arsenal has a shoulder
Oh.
patch that says for Visit Rwanda. I don't understand that, but
Okay, you know what, though? Shout out Rwanda. Okay, let's get out there. Oh, God, Stake.com.
that's tough.
Here, let's see if we...
Get Neil off the screen, by the
Oh,
way.
no.
He's a bum.
Let's get
him
it
off the
changed
screen.
to STEAK.
That would be
.com.
awesome.
Hell yeah, dude.
Steak.com would be cool.
Steak.com, and it's where you just go to talk about meats, grilling meats, beaten meats, curing meats.
Surprisingly,
Eating meats.
I just typed in steak.com. Apparently, there isn't one. We need to buy that domain.
Like the meat name steak.com?
Yeah.
That tells me somebody is sitting on that
Oh,
and
yeah,
trying to make
yeah,
somebody pay
probably.
them like $1 million, and everybody's like,
Most likely.
I don't know. Steak.com, Jake. Damn. Multiple Premier League teams?
Yeah, there's multiple Premier League teams that have there's a lot of teams that have different other betting sites that are mostly in Europe that sponsor
Okay,
teams.
so it's not just America that's had gambling take over everything.
Especially in the Premier League. The Premier League's had a lot of betting stuff that's been sponsorships for a long time.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate a new sponsor though.
Yeah, for sure, dude. You want to be sponsored by Steak.com? It's greasy as hell.
Yeah, they used to have
like a bad company.
I know. They had Kazoo for a while, which is like you buy a car online.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, and it looked good on the jersey too.
The Chang the beer.
Yeah,
the Chinese
that was
thing
for
was
a long time.
Yeah, some kind of beer.
Yeah, it was a great logo.
Yeah,
I got one of those jerseys. I'll wear it tomorrow.
Did you watch that video on Chongqing, China that I sent you? The city?
No.
That's the name of it?
Chongqing, excuse me. Yes. Did I say Chongqing?
You said Ching.
I mean, to be fair,
I mean, you just
It is
flipped
backwards.
it.
You just
Yeah.
flipped
It's
it,
just
but
a
yeah,
little
it's
reverse
Chongqing.
ago. Chongqing, what a weird city. Maybe we'll play that coming up. Kind of blew my mind. Now, I know everything in the video wasn't like, whatever. I'm just being all over the place right now. All right, so coming up here on OTB, we still got weekend winners coming up around the corner. Shadur Sanders says he's not going to work out for teams at the Combine. Gonna talk to our guy, Devon Snow. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org is the website, and Central Plumbing's a company that's going to give you 24/7 emergency service, residential, commercial. They got your back. And it's one of those deals where, guys, they've been at it for 50 years, okay? So you can't hit them with a problem that they're not sure how to solve. I mentioned the 24/7 service. They got flat rate pricing, excellent warranty once the work is done. And, of course, everybody's licensed, bonded, and insured, and they're sending you information ahead of time. So you can trust them at every single step along the way. Go to centralplumbing.org today.
Not only in emergencies, if you're looking to upgrade, they can help you at your home, your business, no matter the size of the job. If you're looking to revamp your space, have Central Plumbing come out and do it. But we talk about emergency services all the time because it is 365. It is weekends, holidays, game days. Does not matter. 225-925-8552.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yo! Welcome back, OTB. Hope everybody's having a great day today. We got weekend winners coming up next. Shadur Sanders not going to work out for teams of the Combine. How do we feel about it?
Every top quarterback's doing it now. I hate it. I loved that he competed in the bowl game. Didn't go their way. BYU put it on them, but I love the fact that they played in the bowl game. But this is something that now is a trend. If you think you're going to be a top 5 pick and you play the quarterback position, it's like you don't work out at the Combine. I wish they did. I think Shadur Sanders is somebody that's still trying to compete to be the number 1 overall pick. And I think he's got a skill set that would play well in a Combine situation. So disappointed that he's not, but unfortunately, it's a trend, and not just with Shadur Sanders, with all the top quarterbacks over the last, I'd say, 5 years.
Now, Cam Ward was already out last week, having some of those quotes that you see every year out of quarterbacks where it's like, hey, if y'all don't take me, you're going to have to play against me, and I'm going to remember that, and you're going to remember that, blah, blah, blah. Do you think Cam Ward takes this opportunity to come out and say, I will be at the Combine?
I would. Because again,
he throws the ball with more zip than Shadur does. I do feel like in a Combine setting, Cam Ward would probably fare better than Shadur would.
They said Shadur wanted to do this to show off some of the Colorado receivers, which are draft eligible. I'm all for that.
Yeah, pro day.
That's great. But the people that aren't high on the quarterbacks already in this draft are going to poke holes in a decision like that. It was a good decision. I don't know if it was the correct one for Shadur because of that reason.
I guess at a certain point, and maybe it doesn't matter, he's going
to be a first-round
pick.
pick.
That's what I'm saying. They're both getting taken top 2 anyway.
Just if you want to fight to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe if you're min-maxing.
Hell, he might want to go to the Giants anyway, though.
So Shadur Sanders, do not expect to see him at the Combine. Colorado Pro Day, going to be when you will see him. Hey, guys, reminder that our friends at K to Z, brand new name, but same incredible K to Z service. They are now K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Which means, what do they do? Let's think. They're going to bring your interior to the next level. And if you want some of your outdoor living space to be drop-down exterior shading, Jake got put in his backyard by his grill. They got your back. But I don't care if you're in a starter home of your dreams. If you want the correct blinds, windows, shutters, shades, drapery to really tie your home together, to elevate it, to bring it to the next level, you get Brandon Barton and his team out there. Complimentary estimate. Give you a range of prices and options, both aesthetic and functional. And then your home ends up better than it ever was before. So again, that is K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Go to KTOZBlinds.com. All right, guys, Hour 3 weekend winners. Devon Snow, NFL story of the day, land law, The Rock, all this stuff coming
Off
up.
the bench.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Monday, February 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 63 in hour 3 of today's show. We'll have weekend winners at 9 a.m. Devon Snow hops on at 9:15. Then we'll close things out with Ask the Bench. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. And watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
We're having you. Welcome back to hour number 3 of OTB. I hope you're all having an excellent day. Mon ami! Mes amis. I believe that's plural. I don't know. We finally get a Pelicans highlight.
It's a fast baby in the baby crawl.
Oh, I did not. Yeah, so it says we finally get a Pelican highlight. It's a fast baby. I didn't understand what he was talking about. I thought that he was maybe, I don't know, because the Pelicans did win. They beat the Spurs, actually. So, you know. Is that lucky number 13? Are we up to 13 wins in the year now?
I think so. Oh, 14.
I think that's 14.
14.
Don't
Not
call
to
it a
brag,
comeback.
guys. Yes, of course, as we discussed Friday, Wemby out for the entire year, and Pop now being ruled out. Probably all time,
Yeah.
but yeah, for the rest of the season now, not expected to return.
Yeah, 14 and 43, so they're making a comeback.
But no, he is right. I should have had that in here. Weekend winner, that little baby in the baby crawl. as I've never seen such a dominant win. I don't even know that another baby got off the start line by the time old boy crossed the finish line. Like, he was not only crawling fast, he crawled with purpose. He never strayed, never for a second turned around or got distracted.
That's the best part about it.
In front of hundreds of people, he managed to stay locked in the entire time.
When any of the youth teams that I help coach, when they're running against someone and they look to the left, look to the right, it is a pet peeve of mine. I'm like, you look one way at the finish line, at the final destination. That's what that baby did.
It's all that baby did. So shout out to the baby. What an awful year of Pelican basketball.
Just very forgettable. And we were excited about it. We thought, oh my gosh, they made a trade. It's going to be great. Murray's coming in. It's a missing piece.
Oh, yeah.
It was not it. And then Dyson Daniels is playing like lights out. Cool.
Tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniels is balling?
Yeah.
Let me just spread my legs and somebody just kick me in the nuts as hard as you can, because that's basically what the New Orleans Pelicans have done to my NBA fanhood. Maybe we'll get an NHL team. We can talk about that later. Moscona writing, though, on 104.5 that he thinks that it's, I quote, a doomed proposal.
In big letters, doomed.
To be fair, we did talk about the other day. It is deeply unrealistic, but now they're being announced that New Orleans is actually kind of one of the finalists.
That's crazy.
One of three, yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, Dyson Daniels averaging 14 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and a block.
He's been good.
The amount of Pelicans that I've gone to watch to go on to thrive elsewhere. Like, we talk about it with the Saints. We talk about the Saints all the time, but
Pelicans is worse.
The Pelicans list is way worse. I mean, everybody when they're here is literally dragged down by the ass morass that is the franchise itself. And they go elsewhere, like Drew completely thrive. I mean, whatever. The list goes on and on. Just they go and completely thrive. They win. They become key pieces of winning teams. Like Najee Marshall. It's
even Jackson Hayes is better than he was in New Orleans. I mean, they tried to get rid of him, but he's a starter for the Lakers right now.
Yep.
Jonas got traded.
Jackson
to
Hayes is starting with the Lakers?
Because remember, they tried to trade Dalton Connect for Mark Williams. That trade fell through, so Hayes is their big.
Jonas got the Kings now, probably going to help them on a playoff run.
You know what? Since we're here, I got I'm real negative today in winners.
Oh, okay. Wait. So, okay, what do we here? What do you want to get into? Do you want to air grievances now?
I don't know. Look, here's my issue.
I'll let you take control here.
And George's on Highland was a spot that we went to all the time, but you can't get mad when families bring in children when you have a large arcade room dedicated to children. And also when you come in.
So give a little backstory here. So what happened?
Well, I'll tell the story a little bit.
Okay.
So we go there all the time, and we go in off times because look, I know a lot of people, heaven forbid, but we have a lot of children and other families, right? We decided to do that. It's crazy. And you go during off times, 3:00. Nobody's in there, right? And we go, like I said, we go pretty often, but last couple of times, like we've had some people, the staff, talk sideways to children like they're adults, and these are like 7, 8-year-olds, even younger. And let it slide one time. And yesterday, it's where Katie wanted to go for her birthday, and we're like, hey, we'll go at 3:00. It's raining. Ain't going to be a single soul in there outside of us.
We made it the birthday choice.
Yeah, and we're talking about multiple families. We're going to spend a lot of money on these games. Half these games don't work. They're going to take our quarters, but we don't care because we're going to be in here. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, and look, we're going to have some big old tabs in there as well, right? And when we first got there, it was like the guy was great. He was awesome, the guy who helped us at the beginning. Then I see the worker come in that I knew was going to be an issue. And
you'd already had a tiff with.
Well, heard the last weekend, like talked to him sideways, and I'm like, said something very quick. Hey, I'm gonna let it go. Whatever, maybe it's a bad day. But talking sideways to children instead of coming to get the parents. Hey, come get us. And they weren't acting crazy because I was going back and forth to make sure. And again, we're the only swinging soul in the restaurant. and just talk, and then talk sideways to the one person that you want to talk sideways to the missus, you go ahead. Best of luck. And then
on her birthday,
as we're getting our point across, and I could tell that one of the people's like, oh man, yeah, we messed up here. And he's trying to apologize to me. I'm like, nah, bud, it's already done. The damage is done. And then has the audacity, as we're very calmly airing out our grievances, to answer the phone while we're talking
in
directly in her face. And then I was like, I told old boy, I said, you done messed up. I said, I would never bring this on air, but you, like, this whole situation is so bad and egregious. And you've been around my children.
They're good kids.
Yeah,
so it's an arcade. It's an
arcade. If you don't want children, and we were respectful in the fact that we came at 3:00 in the afternoon on a rainy day. There was no other person in the restaurant that was not in our party. And when I say, like, Memphis, to come get some quarters, hit a fast walk up and yelled, "Stop running in my restaurant." First off, it ain't your restaurant. You're working behind the cash register there. Okay. And that's when Mama Bear and Papa Bear heard it. And I am like, it's highly disappointing because it's a great Baton Rouge establishment. And this has been multiple times that you're talking to children like they're grown adults instead of coming to get the adults. And it's sad, man. That was our spot. That's where we used to go. Not anymore.
Damn.
That made me mad.
That is.
And you're going to do great and you're going to thrive, and that's great. But just know, like, that is not. And I've been very fortunate, and I'm in the restaurant business 3 times over. I get it. I know it. And that's not how you handle things.
Hey, look, yeah.
It was wild. You like
it sucks.
Even you, like, you're very, like, you don't like confrontation, and that's good about you. You would have been very angry.
Yeah,
not even talking to Quad Bob. You'd have been mad the way they talked to Memphis.
It's I would say your score, whoever it is scoring really low on the situational awareness on multiple fronts. I mean, to be honest, that's why you find the places that that maybe think, like, whatever. You find the places that even though they're probably annoyed with you still internally,
right? Yes,
they plaster a smile on their faces and they act super nice, right? Why do you think, like, Friday, for whatever, that Alice wanted to go to Superior for her birthday? Because they get to run around a little outdoor area. You're gonna get churros and the sombrero and the big flaming candle. That, again, don't try to blow that out. That doesn't blow out, guys. It goes out on its own. Every year my wife tells my kid to blow it out and they nearly singe their eyebrows off. But I mean, even Quad Bob's like running around acting like an idiot, and I'm like chasing him, and he's almost like, he almost tripped up a couple. I'm embarrassed. One of the servers were there laughing, like, "Oh, it's so cute." But it's like, I know you don't really feel that. I know you're actually annoyed and tired, so I appreciate you being so kind about it. So,
you know what? The chat's right. Next time, Daniel, we're going to the renovated Mr. Gaddy's, baby. They're always going to treat you right.
Arcade games working, I suppose. I mean, all right. I mean, I guess
dude, they renovated.
They renovated. It's a whole new arcade section.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a mini kind of like main event type situation.
Yeah.
Arcades are tough to keep up. You got to want to give a damn.
Yeah.
And if you have one, guess what? You're going to have children.
Yeah. Again, situational awareness.
If we'd have gone like after an LSU baseball game, like in the prime time, that'd have been on us.
Yeah.
3:00, not a swinging soul in there, and you're making some really good moolah. Oof.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Sucks. All right. Well, look, we still got winter stuff to get to, but let's talk to Devon Snow, who will give you some audio.
I need somebody to give a positive one after I just had to do that.
Well, no, I mean, we didn't really do winners there. Let's just go to Dev. We'll just go to Dev because Dev's a weekend winner. He got So in pushing, when is WrestleMania coming to New Orleans? Or what was this press conference for?
Yeah, next summer.
They had a lot of New Orleans press conferences over the weekend. Dev sitting front row at the Rocks. As soon as the Rock walks in, he hears Dev talking, and they end up kind of having like a one-on-one a little bit. It was awesome.
Kind of cool, man.
So we'll talk to Dev about it next for some spread lines here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to Gordon McCurdy, injury attorney, somebody who's always going to treat you right and get you what you deserve. Get Gordon and get it done. GetGordon.com is the website, and on that website, you can go fill out a consult form. They'll get back in touch with you immediately. You can see results from past customers. You can see the cases that they handle. The bottom line, when you get in an accident that sucks, I get it, but like one of the worst feelings is sometimes it feels like, how do I keep up, right? This other company is a giant corporation. They're leaning on you. Need somebody who's going to fight for you, stand up to the dragon. That's Gordon, your knight in shining armor. Go to GetGordon.com and get it done today.
When you go to the website, you can have a chat conversation right there on the main page of the website. It's going to pop up. Any question you might have, any concern right there. But also social media, @GetGordon's always going to be the handle. So check out what they're doing, not only in the courtroom, but in the community as well. And you always know this. It is your area code in Louisiana. Follow by 888-8888. Get Gordon. Get it done.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
Oh, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. All right, do we have the dev audio ready to go? All right, have it in a minute. Do we have Dev on the phone? Look at that, Daniel Blunt. Hey, Dev, you sent my hoodie in time for Mardi Gras. Appreciate it. Hell yeah, man. atmsports.com/shop. Go check it out. Mac Lindsay, my wife, ordered me a Crua MFR shirt and their Mardi Gras RB&R Day shirt. They both came in super quick. Love the quality shirts and the artwork, Dev. Yeah, they're great. Do we have, do we have the audio from The Rock? So I want to play it before this interview.
Okay, I have some of it. I gotta edit it real quick. I just gotta cut out the little.
Just cut out the one F word that he says.
Yes.
He says one F word. Just cut that out.
Yeah.
All right, Dev, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? Let me know when you have it, Jake.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, bro? How we feeling, dude? Wait, so what was that? Was that a WrestleMania press conference this weekend?
Yeah, that was a sudden. You know, they hadn't announced it yet, and I kind of had a feeling that's what they would be announcing, but I didn't even know they were going to do this press conference. I mean, look, that's why I wanted to save this story for when I came on here, because it is a story, man. It's not like I expected any of this to happen. You know, it was I was done. The sun was going down. I'm sitting in my drawers on the recliner. I mean, I'm just going to be real. I'm smoking a joint, watching SmackDown on my laptop. And I'm about an hour away from, dozing off. And I get an email, and it's got like a picture of The Rock on it, and it's got words in bold red saying media passes for Rock press conference. Please confirm if you are coming.
So what day is this? What day is this?
This is Friday night.
Okay, so Friday night. So you are ready. Friday night you're about to drift off. You're watching SmackDown as this email comes in.
Yes, SmackDown has already been on for an hour, and it's in New Orleans. So I'm sitting here watching it on my laptop. I'm sitting here thinking, like, bro, SmackDown's on right now. This has to be spam. Has to be spam. Has to be spam. There's no way. How could I possibly make it to this if this is real? So I reply back saying, is this real? Because if it is, I'm down. Okay, literally. And this girl, Amy, replies back. She goes, yes, Devin, this is real. You can call me if you want to confirm. I met you briefly during the Super Bowl media week.
Let's go. There we go. See, guys, networking on Media Row, paying off.
Right. And I was already kind of the last couple of weeks, like, hard on myself about, I didn't really produce during Super Bowl week. Like, I met Leonard Fournette, they had some natural stuff happen, but I didn't really produce no, like, good stuff on Super Bowl week.
Bro, that is some of the guilt that I think happens often in this business is sometimes it's like, okay, for your daily routine, you fall into it, you hit a really good rhythm, you're doing good things, you're like doing your good day stuff. Then a big event comes and you feel like, oh man, well, I should take advantage, I should do something crazy for this. But it almost like knocks you out of your routines. It's a weird guilt in the content creation game. And I know exactly what you're talking about.
And real quick on the Super Bowl media week, to me, man, like, once I got there, it was so overwhelming. I'd never done anything like that. I'm around so many, like, huge names. I mean, it was a pissing contest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot for me, bro. So, and I'm not the type of dude to go run people down. Hey, man, you got 5 minutes? We could do this bit, whatever, right? So, anyway, I called her. She was like, yeah, it's real. So, within the next hour, me and Jordan are at SmackDown, sitting in a room of 12 chairs total.
Wow.
On The Rock to walk up. Everybody's in there just silent, thinking of what they're going to ask The Rock. Literally, you could hear a pen drop. Everybody's like, damn.
So they sent out this email like an hour before the actual press conference?
Exactly.
Did anybody even know he was still in New Orleans?
Dude, the press conference was at 9:30. I got there at 9 o'clock.
9:30 at night?
Yes, 9:30 at night.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
One of the biggest superstars in the world.
What kind of slapdash, like, just throw that is okay. So there's the run up to it. Here's how the actual interaction went down once it started. Then we'll pick up a Dev on the other side. So here it is. Jake, go ahead.
So I have two questions, so I'm just going to merge them into one somehow. Let's say you have the ultimate cheat day for food, okay? And you're in New Orleans. What are 3 foods that you got to eat on your ultimate cheat day in New Orleans? And then somehow I'm going to pair this with who are your 3 favorite artists.
You sound like you're deep from.
Oh, I'm from the deep south. Yeah, I'm from St. Bernard Parish.
Wow. Okay. My coach at Miami was.
Oh yeah, Coach. Oh yeah, he's from. Yeah, that's LaFouche. Yeah, LaFouche. That's the bayou.
Crazy.
Yeah. We love that. We trust that.
Yes.
If you're not that, we don't trust it.
Let me tell you something about Coach O. So you guys who know Coach O, he was my coach down at University of Miami, and at that time we were balling. We had myself. I'm sorry, let me not put myself in the class of these guys. We had Ray Lewis, Warren Sapp. We had the best defense, and Coach O was our coach. And I didn't understand it then, but I understand it much later, just how many great lessons he actually taught me. And I love that guy, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's great. What was your
I can
question?
remind you. I got you.
Beignets.
Okay.
Yes, for sure. As a matter of fact, I have to pick up a bunch for my little girl. She's 9. She's like, bring me back.
Yeah.
I would say that. I would say crawfish, man.
I had it today.
Yes, you did.
I'm fueled up on crawfish right now.
Pitch your tail something. That's my jam.
People drink energy drinks.
Oh man. That is amazing. Also, great answer. Couple of great details to give The Rock credit for there. Because you hear beignets, kind of like, but then going to crawfish, hell yes. Crawfish, very strong answer there. And also recognizing the Parish accent as being very New Orleans. Because far too often when you have outsiders hear that accent, Dev, it feels like you get hit with like Boston or New York and stuff like that.
Yeah, facts. Actually, dude, I'm glad you brought that up. I was greatly appreciative that was never mentioned. He had every reason to mention some outsider stuff like that. And no, dude, this dude was actually see, that's what I'm saying. Like, wherever you want to start, like how genuine he was, how knowledgeable he was about New Orleans, you know, man, this look, people are like, man, look, The Rock's a huge mega star, no doubt, right? But this guy is grounded.
Yeah.
Which was incredible. It was incredible to see how grounded he was. And, you know, you could have been like me. You watched thousands and thousands of hours of The Rock in your lifetime, and it meant absolutely nothing in that moment because you can only pull back layers of your memory so much when you're in such an intense moment, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, it was special, dude. It really was.
Where were your nerves at before the press conference? I mean, there's a little bit at the beginning that's kind of cut off from the clip that we played where you were talking about kind of vibrating a little bit with electricity. Yeah,
I mean, once he walked in, man, I had to just keep telling myself, I was like, man, you know, screw whatever the feeling is or whatever. Just, you know, I know this sounds generic, but like, just forget about it, man. Like, you're here.
Yeah.
Like, I even told the dude, Byron Saxton, the WWE announcer, I was like, man, I don't even know how I got here, bro, but I'm here, you know.
Avo says his third answer was red beans and rice. Oh man. One day there will be that's honestly, we need to try to push whatever we can, contact whoever we can. If The Rock really wanted to get in local with the city, like Leonard Fournette said, right, Dev, a great representative of New Orleans, real New Orleans. What if we could get Rock on an RB&R day, dude? Oof.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. I mean, last week a seed was planted, you know, and I believe in that stuff. I know that I'm going to be there this next year for WrestleMania. I know that, for instance, shout out Amy. Amy's going to hit me up again after
Let's
that.
go, dude. We got to. Red Beans and Rock. The ultimate RB&R, dude.
Yes. I mean, look, The Rock that night, you know, his entrance song was The Block is Hot. He did a remix to the Rock song with The Block is Hot. It was incredible, bro. Like, you would have never imagined how well in touch he was with New Orleans.
Bilbo says it wasn't a seed that was planted, it was a bean that was planted.
Yeah.
So there you go, dude. What do you think? So, Dev, out of all your, like, again, because you're someone who's just made this happen. Hold on, my Fellowship of the Ring book on tape just started up.
I was like, whose voice
that was
is
Andy
that?
Serkis. I mean, the Andy Serkis Lord of the Rings audio.
Yeah, that was a great voice.
Anyway, Dev, you've done a lot of cool stuff in this business. I mean, you've literally smoked blunts with Tracy Porter talking about the game-winning pick in the Super Bowl. Like, you've done a lot of things that I think would have blown your mind when you were selling cars all those years ago. Where does this moment rank amongst the bunch?
I mean, it's got to be number one. Number two would be when they built the float of me last year.
Yep.
Number three would be the Tracy Porter.
There you
Hands
go.
down. Like, that's how I feel about it.
Number 4 is his first time on OTB. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I'll never forget it. But no, it was so, like, and it happened so quick, you know? So it was like one of those things to where when I got the email, I almost like was about to email back and be like, there's no way I'm going to make this. You know, I was already like like all the blinds were shut in the house. It was
Yeah,
dark in
you
the
were
house.
comfortable, dude.
Right,
You were comfortable.
like you said, you was in the drawers already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I had every kind of reason in my body to say no, but that one thing just kept telling me, I was like, bro, just run over there to the Smoothie King Center.
God,
and I didn't
what a
have
good
nobody
idea.
around me either, so I had to call Jordan. And I was like, Jordan, what are you doing? You want to go meet The Rock? And he's like, yeah, you know. So,
Hell yes, Dev.
And
That's
then Jordan
incredible,
gave
man.
you like some kind of a take about something.
Probably fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we standing in the back by the wrestler trailers. You got the cops walking up to us saying, hey, man, are y'all, like, just waiting out here to, like, get pictures with wrestlers? I'm like, well, naturally. I said, naturally, yeah, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also now I'm a credentialed media member.
Yeah. Because I'm in sweatpants and a hoodie, you know, so I kind of just look like a regular fan.
God, I mean, it made me so happy watching that entire interaction. And like you said, I think that is one thing The Rock is incredible at. Like you said, being grounded, being personable. I mean, I think we can make it happen. We have got for WrestleMania to get him on RBNR. That's all I'm going to think about.
When he walked into the press conference, I mean, I've met some notable people before, never as notable as The Rock, but like when he walked in, he asked how everybody was doing, and he looked all 12 people in the eye and waited on a response. It was crazy.
And it's like, and how many press conferences has that guy done in his life? A billion? Like, he could have
He probably
easily
appreciated the fact that there was just 12 people in there, too.
Yeah,
though.
maybe a little more intimate, for sure.
And it was incredible, man, because, like, you would think that, like, it'd be, like, 12, you know, wrestling. And, I mean, I'm obsessed with wrestling, but you would think it would have been, like, 12 wrestling reporters. No, dude. This was, like, 12, you know, at the last minute, influencer / you know, whatever. It wasn't like Dave Metzler was in there from the Wrestling Observer, you know?
Wait, so what was the actual announcement? It was just about WrestleMania coming back to New Orleans next year?
Yeah, WrestleMania 2026 in New Orleans. Which, by the way, you know, this is John Cena's last year wrestling, so I can already tell you John Cena will be getting inducted into the Hall of Fame in New Orleans.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, Cena's followed in the path of The Rock. He's become like a legitimate big-time actor nowadays.
But they really, I mean, they had some good questions in there. They asked him about, you know, what was one moment where he felt like he was, you know, down and out, didn't know where to go in his career, in his wrestling career. And, dude, like, his response to that, he brought me so back to, like, the late 90s. And I don't know, man.
When was it? What had him so down?
Okay, so it was like when he was like in the Nation of Domination.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was like
Nation of Domination.
He was trying to be like I think right before that he was trying to be like a baby face, and they were booing him. And you know, you don't want to be a baby face and then be getting booed. So he was like, man, I got to go back to the lab and like figure this out. And that's when he grabbed the mic for 2 minutes with the Nation of Domination and went on this promo that literally changed his career.
Yeah.
Wow. 2 minutes on the mic to change everything. So is this pre-corporate eyebrow,
Absolutely.
People's Champ, all that? Okay.
Yep.
So he would go from there to being what, then the People's Champ into then corporate champ with the heel turn?
Yeah, the corporation was right after the Nation of Domination. So it was right after that he did that. And then, yeah, I mean, he was feuding with Stone Cold. I don't know if you remember, man, him and Stone Cold had a feud where they were on the bridge and they threw the title belt over the bridge into the water. I'll never forget that. It was just such good television, you know.
Oh man, it's incredible, Dev. Bro, congrats on the weekend. What an amazing Friday night magical twist your life took there, and we're very happy for you. Mardi Gras around the corner, guys. HTMsports.com/shop for all your merch needs. Dev's killing it. Everybody in the chat talking about how they already got their stuff. It's great. I got my shirt as well. Super excited. You the man, Dev. Thank you so much, brother.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Love y'all.
Always.
And, take care.
Always.
All right,
RB&R Day. Be on the
appreciate you,
lookout
brother.
for RB&R Day today as well. All right, when we get back, let's do some weekend winners.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com if that's the website, or you can go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. Just go see them off Airline and Goodwood in person, because really, that's what I love are the people at All-Star. That's how they separate from the sales team, service staff, everybody. Like, if you're in the market for a new vehicle, it doesn't matter what your search parameters are, we got your answer. Maybe you're looking to buy a brand new or a Toyota certified used vehicle, or it's a bit more affordable. Maybe you just need a rent. Like I'm going to Disney next week. Maybe you want to rent? Okay, you can. Cheaper per day rental prices than traditional rental companies. Hit up Lee Sessions. Go to All-Star Toyota today and find the car of you, your family's future. You got a kid that's about to drive? Again, All-Star. Always the answer. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Yeah, no matter what you're looking for, too, that's a great thing, and that's buying new, leasing, and renting. So if you do have a trip coming up, because T-Bob and I, we ain't going to be here. You might not be either next week. So go rent that Toyota, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Check out the website. Everything available, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet.
Sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
For your pointed at me, there is a possibility. You better turn that thing around. The things come easily, so don't you tread on me, 'cause I will knock you down.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Off the Bench. Let's do a little weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that? Win the whole thing.
Jake, LSU played Omaha in baseball this weekend. And I'm about to give you the grittiest story out of Omaha. There's a high school, Omaha North. They have a big old nasty white boy named Tyson Terry. He tore his ACL in October during a football game. However, he was a 3-time wrestling state champion, undefeated in his career, but tore his ACL in October. Wrestling season, of course, right after football season.
Yep.
He's cooked, right?
Yep. You would think so.
Wrong. My man just put on a knee brace, wrestled an entire season with his torn ACL, and became the first heavyweight 4-peat state champion in Nebraska high school history. Terry finished his career 169-0. And
Bill Goldberg?
And he will now be a Nebraska D lineman next year for the Cornhuskers. Bruh. 4-time state champ, first ever heavyweight, 169-0, and he wrestled the entire year on a torn ACL.
That's wild.
What?
It's one thing if you do it for a match, 2 matches, still incredible. But for a year?
Entire season, finished undefeated, won state again.
That's and I know that warms your Cornhusker loving heart to see that.
I mean, hey, look, Hutmaker, he was a beast wrestler. I don't know, whatever. Okay, guys, I promise you this offseason, I'm not going to talk about Nebraska. I keep getting fooled. Let's just
do like I do. Pick a new team that you wax poetic about every single year.
Let's let Matt Rule. We're going to need to see that 3rd-year jump.
Okay.
And I'm not happy with Matt Rule. Who'd they just cancel their series with?
Tennessee.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
Soft.
Weak. Soft. Sad.
And no spring game too. Yeah. God bless you.
I forgot we haven't talked no spring game on here, because that's pretty big. But that's something we should actually say because that's a topic on itself. Like, I see why coaches are doing no spring game.
I hate it, but I get some.
I don't know
of
that
it.
I hate it either, but I do.
I was somebody that very greatly benefited from spring games.
No, me too. But I mean, they're still having the practices and the games and everything.
I know,
I did too.
Like the actual game, and I will when we do that segment probably tomorrow. I'll explain. Weekend loser VAR. It got Everton again. Everton was up 2-0. Man United comes back, ties it 2-2, and in the very end of the game, here's what happened.
You right, Andrew? Just zooming in now. 18, Ash Young. Is that who you want me to look at? Yes. I had my first breakup when I was 18, Andrew, and I'm still taking it on now, Andrew. Right, Andrew. I'm going back to this, Andrew. So, De Ligt clearly grabbing the one off Ashley Young's top. Maguire then goes on to grab him. But I'm not going to give a penalty for this because I miss her, Andrew. I do. And I hate 18, so...
Okay,
I don't know if that actually turned out to be pretty funny.
So is that is what is that somebody imitating what they imagine?
Yes.
The VAR official was deciding.
So Ashley Young for Everton. Everton has the ball bounced back to them at the very death, right? And he gets pulled down by his jersey by 2 different players. They call a penalty on the field. The announcers are like, I don't care, that's going to stand. All the pundits are like, I don't care, that's going to stand. And, of course, because it's Everton, they go to VAR, and they say no penalty, even though there's multiple views of his jersey being pulled. Now, he did himself no favors after the fact, when he flopped around, but still, that doesn't take away from the jersey getting pulled multiple times by multiple players. And Everton would have probably won right there at the death. And they're still unbeaten in their last 6, but... that's a big 2 points for Everton to not be able to have on the old resume there.
I mean, they're still going to finish middle of the pack, right? What does it matter?
Because my brothers both like Man United.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, and Everton's in a completely different form than they were before their manager came back to them. And so, look, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. And again, who should be in front of microphones explaining what he saw, why he came to this decision?
We just heard from him.
Both of the officials, the VAR replay official, the head official, they should have to sit down in front of a room, more than 12 people like The Rock had, and answer questions about why did you come to this decision? Because as we all know, any player involved had to answer the same questions. But hey, let's don't get on the referees who make a lot of money and are on the field and decide the outcome of games.
Sounds like T-Bub trying to do an accent. Good, thank you. Yeah, that's a real accent, so you know, not to brag. Any of y'all back there?
My weekend winner is going to be, unfortunately, the Duke Blue Devils. It does not look like they are slowing down without Coach K. As a matter of fact, look, they made their Madison Square Garden debut with Cooper Flagg on Saturday. What did they do? They beat Illinois by 43 points, 110 to 67. The Duke Blue Devils are primed to make another run at this thing. So weekend winner, Cooper Flagg.
Beck, you got one?
Yeah. I know not many people are going to know about this, but there was a boxing fight over the weekend. Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, two of the best light heavyweights in the world. They fought earlier last year, and Beterbiev won. In this fight, Bivol actually won in a majority decision. Bivol, if you remember, beat Canelo Alvarez, who Canelo is considered the best pound-for-pound fighter. He beat him a couple years ago, and there was a really good fight, actually pretty exciting to watch, and it sets up a trilogy fight for them, which this could be one of the better trilogies that we've seen in boxing in recent history because there hasn't really been any good ones. So this is actually a great fight to watch. If you want to watch the highlights, it's actually pretty entertaining. So shout out weekend winner Dmitry Bivol for getting the light heavyweight undisputed title.
I've got a very niche meme for you to make that will almost assuredly not do numbers, but may make you laugh. Use a little AI and get Liam Cohen saying Duval, but Bivol.
Oh, okay.
You know, and like the few boxing fans who still care might get a chuckle out of it if they're also Jacksonville Jaguars fans. The rough sell.
Yeah.
It's a rough sell. We'll see.
Just deep cut.
Bivol.
God, what was he doing?
Okay, here, weekend winner, Timothée Chalamet takes home Best Actor at the SAG Awards last night, but really it's the speech that I love. Here is young Timothée after winning the big prize.
All right, raise this up. Guess I'm just going to talk low. I don't know how to get this up. All right, well, thank you. I was not expecting this at all, truly. I'll start by thanking my mother, who I'm here with tonight. She has been working at Actors Equity for 40 years, the stage union. And I'll quickly run through this. I know the classiest thing would be to downplay the effort that went into this role and how much this means to me, but the truth is this was 5.5 years of my life. I poured everything I had into playing this incomparable artist, Mr. Bob Dylan, a true American hero, and it was the honor of a lifetime playing him. It's an honor I share with Monica, Elle, Edward, the entire cast, who in a genre doing a biopic that could be perhaps tired. Everyone gave it their all. So I'm deeply grateful to them. And lastly, I can't downplay the significance of this award because it means the most to me. And I know we're in a subjective business, but the truth is I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats. I'm inspired by the greats. I'm inspired by the greats here tonight. I'm as inspired by Daniel Day-Lewis, Marlon Brando, and Viola Davis as I am by Michael Jordan and Michael Phelps, and I want to be up there. So I'm deeply grateful to that. This doesn't signify that, but it's a little more fuel, it's a little more ammo to keep going. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, Timothée, talk that talk, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, straight up. Every time he opens his mouth, he just says something that makes him very human and likable. But I just love that idea of like, And we know he's a big sports fan, but just being like, no, man, look, I make no bones about it. Like, that is where I want to be. And he's on his way. I mean, think about it. What, he's Paul Atreides right now. Bob Dylan's winning awards.
Willy Wonka.
I didn't love the Willy Wonka movie, but a lot of people did. No, a lot of people loved it, though.
It's crazy, but.
Yeah, it's good on Timothy.
I love the mentality. There ain't no doubt about that. Like, why would I half step in here? Like, that was very humble.
Yeah.
But it was also like, hey, I got a chance.
Yes.
I got a chance. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to go to work. It's what we loved about The Last Dance and Michael Jordan.
Nookie says I was wrong about this dude. He completely changed my mind at game day. Big fan. Now, yeah, he killed college game day.
And I don't care. And he's a big sports fan, so a lot of people didn't know that. But even if he wasn't, like, even if you're coached up, like, he still crushed that. But he's a huge sports fan.
Yes.
I mean, there's pictures of him waiting outside of the Garden because he's such a big Knicks fan to get autographs and stuff.
All right, when we get back, let's go ahead and wrap up the show for today.
Off the bench.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction. PECbuilt.com is where you can make the backyard of your dreams come true. Okay. Be this a new pool, right? Summer right around the corner. You want to have the kids over and make your spot the place to be? Well, things are going really well right now. That's awesome. Why don't you build yourself a completely custom pool that will blow everybody away? Or if you're looking for something more affordable, hit up their templates. They have a number of different templates from which you choose. Then you choose detail work within the template. So you're still making notes. It comes with this nice booklet, very easy to understand. It's wonderful. So again, pools, yes. Outdoor kitchens, absolutely. Outdoor living areas, chilling areas, absolutely. Bulkheads, pergolas, bigger and better fences. Any of your outdoor construction needs. Okay, we build the spaces, you build the memory. But it is the quality of the spaces that really separates Pinnacle. Go look at the gallery, PECbuilt.com, Pinnacle Exterior Construction.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you'll be blown away by just the homepage alone because it gives you everything that they can do for you. Truly a one-stop shop for your outdoor needs. Go to the website today. See for yourself, PECbuilt.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back, OTB. Mine's about Trash Rangers. TrashRangers.com. There for you guys. If you need residential trash pickup, you live in Livingston or Sinton, you get to make a choice. You choose Trash Rangers. We've extended our 50% off deal, guys. So it's $13.95 a month for the company with 1,000 5-star reviews on Google. The company that gives a damn because they're your neighbors, guys. And if you're a business owner anywhere in the listening area, I'm telling you, you want to work with Trash Rangers. Again, local business to local business. We understand the flexible needs, and we're there to serve your flexible needs. TrashRangers.com. Ask the Bench brought to you by Cold Curtain Light Video Hotels and Blue Moon Light Sky Secret Suite. Should Maga Laundry be fired for not getting BBL to record the top 7 promo? Big voice lady.
That is absolutely not the reason a laundry should be fired.
Ask the Bench. Could Anissa Mara have another COVID year, or are we beyond COVID super seniors?
Yeah, I think she's done.
I think it's anytime, I would say this as a general rule, anytime if you wonder if somebody still has eligibility, just assume yes, and then get ready to be proven wrong maybe.
Yeah. That's a great way, because I think everybody has it, right?
Ask the Bench. When was the last time you drove over 100 miles an hour?
Oh, gosh.
I don't know, bro.
Never
like
time.
Years? Like high school?
Maybe
Like,
after I saw Fast and Furious the first time.
I did a drag racing promotion in New Orleans for the radio one time, but even then, I don't know if I got above like 90 something. Weird. I don't even know if the minivan can get up to Honda. I can definitely get up to 90.
You can get to 100 on that minivan. That minivan can get up to 100 miles per hour.
It doesn't have like a governor on it or something.
No, dude, you can get to 100.
When's the last time you drove 100?
I mean, it's probably been a year or two, but I mean, when I used to work at restaurants and I'd get off at like 12 or 1 a.m. and I'd get on the interstate and there'd literally be no cars on the interstate. I mean, you know,
I kind of feel that.
Just gotta go.
Even though at my older age, I'm definitely just let's just kick it into 10 above the speed limit and cruise control.
That's usually my operation.
You can catch yourself and you know this drive as well as I do, maybe better, going up I-49 where the speed limit is 75. Like you'll look down and you'll be like, oh, God,
I've gotten pulled over there so much. I'm 8 miles above the speed limit, locked in a
We went and saw
Control.
Cody Johnson in September. I looked down. I was going 93. I was like, let me slow it down a little bit.
And between Opelousas and Alexandria, you can kind of get away with it.
Ain't gonna be nobody.
Would you rather be a referee answering to Jake or a George's employee answering to Jake?
Referee.
Let me tell you something.
Know, bro.
Yesterday, you wouldn't have wanted to be either.
So, what do you think? Which would you have rather been, Jake? The referee?
Probably the referee.
Damn.
I was mad yesterday. Just because like there's no reason or excuse for it, especially given the fact that we were thinking of when we went in there and had a strategy and thought of, and again, the person that was there when we first walked in, incredible. He was great. And I told him so. I was like, hey, you were great. You suck.
You're cool.
Yes.
You're cool.
It was very much that. Yes.
All right, guys, we love you.
Off the Bench.
See you tomorrow. More OTB. Timothy Chalamet in his acceptance speech was talking about not knowing how to get it up. Talking about his microphone. Perhaps you're in the same boat, only when it comes to your phallus. And the bottom line, guys, if you are suffering from ED, we ain't doing it anymore because we don't have to be. There's multiple different treatment options. And your one-stop shop for all the treatment options, your home for us challenging mediocrity, being our best self, reaching our full potential, is Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. YourGoodwood.com, YourGoodwood.com. Go there today. It's not just ED. If you're balding, low energy, maybe you think you're low T, you want to explore some penile enhancement like a guy Ocho Cinco, it's all there for you at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. So here in 2025, we are achieving max rank potential. YourGoodwood.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm.